Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to build this full stack Amazon price tracker using the latest Next.js 15.2. We will start by building a simple login page with Next.auth, where we will be able to log in with Google accounts. After I log in, you can see that we have our dashboard here with a nice logo inside the header. Search, here I can just log out. We have some simple navigation on the left side, and here in the middle we have our dashboard. On the dashboard we have top cards with average price, reviews and ranking for all the products. And of course we have also line charts for prices of each product. Here on this add product page we can add a product that we will add to our products list, and if the price drops we can go to notification and see that notification for that price drop. For this project we are going to use Prisma, so we can basically use any database, but I'm going to use Postgres. We are also going to use Tailwind CSS with shadcn components to make our development faster. For scraping of the product information, we are going to use Smartproxy API. And of course, I will also show you how to set up cron jobs to scrape information about those products every morning, for example, at 8 AM. And I will show you how to create notifications even with emails or SMS. Alright, so as always we start with an empty editor here on the left and my browser Google Chrome on the right. Here we just have some configuration from my editor, but you can just ignore it. Basically it's an empty directory here, Amazon price tracker. So I'm going to open terminal here, and the first thing we are going to do, we don't have any files, so let's create our next application here. So let's do ban, and also I'm going to use ban, but if you want to use something else like npm yarn, the commands are almost identical, so that's not a problem. You can use a yarn create, you can use npx create, next up like this, but I'm going to use ban because it's a faster runtime, and package installing is also faster. So that's what I use nowadays. So let's do ban, create, and let's do next up, and let's do at latest. So we'll have the latest version, and now let's do just a dot here so it will be installed in their current directory. So now let's hit enter. And now during the installation for Next.js, it will ask us some questions. So let's do TypeScript yes, ESLint yes, Tailwind CSS yes, source directory if I want to use it yes, app router yes, TurboPack yes, why not, and customize import alias no thanks. So I just picked all of the defaults, and now it will install everything, and you can see just like a second or two and everything is installed. And I can now do ban dev, and now we will get our local development. It's oops, this is not what I want to open, and I can just copy this or just type localhost 3000. Yeah, I will just type it, and let's go here, localhost 3000, and we have our next app running here. So let's open a new tab in the terminal, because here we have our local development running, and here I will install some extra packages that we are going to use. So let's hide terminal, and as you can see here we have a bunch of files. This is from my editor. Here we have cached information from Next, public source, and this is our most important part, source for our app that we are going to create. And yeah, now let's go and see what do we have here. And here we have just our next app and some template here. Let's go to our page tsx, and let's get rid of all of this div, huge div. So let's just get rid of it, and I will just put an empty div, and let's put test here, and let's get rid of this image. So now we have something like this, and I will zoom in a little bit, maybe to 100%. Right, so we have test, and as you can see, the page is black. This is because we have some globals here, and I will leave them for now. And now we have our Next installed with Tailwind and everything. We can test Tailwind as well. Let's put some class names here, and let's put text, let's do red 500, and it works. Okay, so the next thing we want to add, we have Tailwind, we have Next installed. Now I want to install the shad CN. It's not that much of installing because we will add components as we go. But let's go to docs and let's go to installation, Next.js, and let's just run this. So we will initiate, and let's use neutral theme. That's fine. And let's add a button. So I'll copy this for button thing. Let's hit enter to install it. And let's try to put this button here now. So with shad CN, if you add some components, those will be added here inside components, UI, and you have button. And the difference between shad CN and other component libraries is that if you install other component library, you will get all of those components inside node modules, and you cannot edit them. With shad CN, you have cool components, and those are always located in your source directory. So if you want to adjust a button or something, you can go directly to the code of this button and just do stuff inside. Compared to the having a library where you have everything in node modules, you cannot do this because every time it will update, your code, your changes will be removed from there. So we have a button here, and it has been automatically added. Let's go back to our page and let's try to import our button. And let's put test button here as a label. And as you can see, this has been added for me here automatically, this import. If your editor doesn't do those automatic imports, you need to add those import lines. Right, but now we have a button, test button. Let's see if we have it here. We have some issues here, cannot resolve Tailwind and image CSS. And I think this is an issue because we need to just restart our environment. So let's do bandev again. Let's go here, refresh, and now we have our test button. As you can see, it's black, and the colors are not that beautiful, but we can go here to themes. And also, just so we know, when we initiated this shad CN, it also added styling to our app global CSS. You can see here theme inline, and we have a lot of like colors. Here we have root, here we have dark, yeah. So if you go to themes on the shad CN, you can go to customize, and you can pick color, and I think I will stay with orange. I like it. And then you can also pick radius. So 0 radius is like square-ish, as you can see on this one, on those texts here. You can do like 1, and it's like super rounded. You can do half, and it's like less rounded. And then dark or light by what you want to have as a default. I will go with light and medium rounded, and then you can just copy code. And as you can see here, we have this layer base, root, dark, and that's it. So we have inside layer base, we have root and dark. So here we have this dark, here we have root. All right, and where are the colors inside root? So here we have the colors and then dark. Okay, I can probably just start from here to only what's inside this layer. And now let's scroll to where root starts, and now go down to where dark ends. Here, let's remove it. Let's paste our new colors. Let's go back here. Now it's white. Let's see why. Here we have some missing stuff. Maybe let's just remove this theme inline. Let's remove this. Let's maybe just remove everything, even this libraries. And now let's see. Now let's just copy everything and let's paste everything. And now let's see, still white. Okay, let's see white. Why? Okay, I think this is because it should be white, because default button is white-ish. Let's see if I do inspect on this. Let's go to styles and let's search for background color, and it's white. It's transparent. All right, so I think that with their theming tool is something wrong, but I think I know how to fix it. So let's start again. So I will just remove this. We are going to install Shadcn again, initiate this. So let's get rid of this components.json. It just says what components are installed. So let's get rid of this. And now let's hit to initiate again. So let's do this ban x Shadcn latest init, the command that we just ran. And let's do neutral color theme. And now if we go to global CSS, as you can see, we have a lot of stuff here. So inside root, we have root with some variables, then we have dark with some variables, and then we have theme inline also with some variables. And if we compare here to this copy code, we have layer base, root, dark, and that's it. We don't have any like inline thing or anything. But I think this is inline where the final colors are decided. So as you can see here, we get primary foreground, and here is our root, and then dark. And let's see how our button looks like. It's black, and we have primary that is like dark-ish. But if we customize and we pick like an orange color, copy code, here we have primary, ends with 53%. It's not the type of colors that are used here. And let's see, no. So let's try to use it. Let's go to primary. Let's put this, and we don't have any color now here on the left. And as you can see, now the button doesn't work. And also this is inside layer base. So I will try to put layer base here on the top, and we will see if it will work then. So let's put here this primary, and my editor still doesn't pick it as a code. So basically let's go back and let's put black color as it was, like this. And you can see that this OKLCH is a function that expresses hue colors in this format-ish. So what we can do is we can grab our new primary, or we can even grab probably all of this code, and we can just ask ChatGPT to convert those colors using those functions. So please convert colors in this CSS to use OKLCH functions, and I'm going to paste this, and now let's see if this will work. So background will be the same. Let's see primary, because this is our most important primary, and let's copy this and let's put this here. And now, yeah, it's now orange-ish, not the same orange, but much better. Let's see if we can, yeah, we can change here a little bit to make it more orange-ish maybe. That's too dark. Let's see, maybe this. Yeah, I like this one. All right. So I just changed here to 6, and let's copy this, and also same thing for dark. So root and dark, and let's paste this. Yeah, and for this primary, let's see, maybe we will use this. So let's put primary here. Yeah. So now we have our theme working. I don't know why they put when you initiate colors using this, and then in theme they use something else, but well, we managed to fix it. So we have a button and our shad scene works. I know the installation was a bit annoying, but now we have it. All right, so now next thing, we are going to need a database, and for this we will need I'm going to use Postgres. I was using like Mongo in most of my projects, and well, because it's easy and fast and free to set up, and now I'm going to use Postgres. But just so you know, you can use like any database, because we are going to use Prisma, so you can use Mongo still, it will work just fine. And there will be just small differences for the IDs, but very simple to find out how to do this. So I'm going to go to my NeonTech account, because here you can grab a free database. And let's do a new project here, and I'm going to call it Amazon Price Tracker. And yes, let's hit create. You can also specify the region. Maybe I will pick something that is closer to me. I think London will work. Let's hit create. Now I have my database, and now we need the Prisma. So let's go to Prisma.io, ORM, quick start, and let's see, we already have directory and project. We don't need to install TypeScript and so on. We don't need to initiate TypeScript. We need to add Prisma. But as you can see, they are using npm. We are using ban. So let's do ban, add, I think it's dev, and then Prisma. We can skip this dev part. And let's see, now we have Prisma, and then we have this Prisma init, and you can specify provider and output. So instead of using npx, I'm going just to copy the rest, and let's add the ban, and let's do this. Instead of SQLite, I'm going to use Postgres, and I don't remember if it's one S or double. It's PostgreSQL, and now I think they added this directory, or they want us generated Prisma, and they want us to add it to gitignore. So let's do this, gitignore, and let's see, in v files, maybe let's add them here, generated Prisma. For now, nothing is generated, but we are going to add it anyway. Now we can add some models inside a schema Prisma. So let's see, Prisma, schema Prisma. And let's see, let's put model, and the name of the model, I think it's, for now, we will not have any model, or maybe let's put product. So we will have something to work with, and it's not just a smaller case model. All right, model product, and let's see, we will need an ID, we will need a title, so let's copy title as well, and maybe let's say we will also need images, or just one image. So let's put image, it will be also a string, and we can do also, what else? I would like to have a created at. So let's do created at, and now we want to add a default date. I think it goes like this. Or no, Prisma created at default now. Okay, And we can also take updated at. So I'm going to just copy those two, and I guess those should work. So created at, it's a datetime default now, and updated at, it's also datetime, and by default we set this updated at functionality. So when it updates, when we update a row, this column will get a new datetime, and this will get only when we create the row. All right, so let's go back here, and nothing changes here. Right, so maybe let's try to see if our Prisma works. So ban Prisma, I think it's generate to first generate our models, and this worked. Now we want to connect to our database, of course. So let's see, let's hit connect here. We have our database. Here we have our connection string. Let's see, our connection string, they want us to put inside .env, but I don't like to use .env files, and instead I want to use .env.local. So let's rename it to .env.local, and we have this database URL thing here. Let's remove those comments, and let's just use this one. So let's do show password, copy snippet, and we put it like this. Whoops, not the whole thing. So let's go back, and only what's inside those ticks here. So like this, neon owner, blah, 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 and it generated password and everything. So this should work. Let's save it. And now let's go back here. Let's go to tables, and we shouldn't have any tables. That's correct. Now let's put our model product to the database, so it will create a table. So I think it was like ban Prisma db push, and this will not work. It will say, hey, we cannot find database URL, and this is because we renamed this from .env to .env.local. And to fix it, we can do something like this. First, we need to do ban at .env -cli. This will be installed, and this package will be used to use other .env files. So in our example, we are going to use .env.local. And now the thing is that now we can do .env and entry file .env.local, and then we can do Prisma db push, and this will work. Now, as you can see, we don't have any errors, and if we go here and refresh the tables, we get product. So that's good, but I don't want to have it this long command to push new models. So I'm going to add a shortcut for this inside package JSON. Where is my package JSON? Here. So we have some scripts here, and I'm going to add db:push to be this. And now I can do ban db push, and it will do the same thing. So now we have ban Prisma generate to generate our TypeScript models inside our code, and we have ban db push. We can do db generate or models generate. Also add a shortcut here if you want. Well, it's not needed, so I will skip it. Right, so we have our database, we have our Tailwind, Next, ShadCN, working, Prisma, everything, So now the next part will be to have some kind of landing page here and authentication. So for authentication, I'm going to use some blocks here, and they have example for authentication. Yeah, this is what I want to use. And let's click code, and here they have this login form. Well, actually, I don't need this to be so advanced. We will have only one button, basically like this, to log in with Google to start with. All right, so let's go to our source app, and let's see, we have this page with just a button. I'm going to create a new file. or maybe let's put it here for now. For now, yeah, let's put it inside another file. So I'm going to do new file. Inside our app, let's do login view.tsx. And here let's do export default function, login view, and I want to return a div with some class names like let's do flex items center, justify center, and let's put test here. And let's put width full and height full, so it will be full size. And now let's go to our page and let's put our login view here. As you can see, I got this import line here. The old one can be removed. So here is our test. I don't know why it's not in the middle, but let's see. The height full didn't work. And I know why. Height full will not work if we don't have height 100% or full also on the HTML and body element. But we can change this to screen and then it will work. Yeah, like this. Now, inside this test, let's put another div and let's add some border, rounded medium. Or basically, I think they are using a card component. I think this is something we could use as well. Let's go to components. If we scroll to here, card, this is card component. Let's use this. So I'm going to ban add card. Yeah, and instead of using those borders and stuff, let's import card component. Let's put test. Here is our import for card and we have it here. So let's add also some class names, mean width of medium. So now it's this extra small. Yeah, I think this will work. Keep in mind that this is zoomed in. So this is 100% and this is like 200% zoomed in. This will work for now. Now let's add a title H1. Welcome back, and paragraph, and please log in to continue. Yeah, and let's add text center. Yeah, I think this will work. Also, for H1, we want also, of course, to make it text 2XL and bold, font bold, and let's see. Yeah, let's remove all of the margins. Margin 0. Let's see where this margin comes from. Nowhere. I think it's just spacing from the card. So they have some gap here. So if we put this into a div, then the gap will not work inside separate div. Yeah. And down here we need a button. So let's put another div with a button. And we re-imported the button component. Let's do login with Google. Yeah, I think this will work. It's not pretty for now, but we will fix it a little bit later. Like, for example, I want the background here to be more grayish. I think to do this, I can go just to layout. Here we have HTML body. Let's see if we have any background color. Yeah, we have background color here from CSS base layer. So if we go to globals, background, let's see what happens if I just put, let's see, 0.1. So it's dark. Okay, so if I increase, then it's lighter. So if I do 0.8, it's this dark. 9. Okay, I think I will keep it at 0.9. This will work. Now I think I will remove the shadow and the border from card component. So if we go to components, we have this card and we can just add this stuff here. Text card foreground rounded. Here we have border. Let's remove it. And now it's much better. But let's see if I remove the shadow. Yeah, I think I will keep it without shadow. Right, so this works. I would like this to make it to make buttons much more rounded. Let's see, we have a button and here are some class names, I guess. So let's see, anything about rounded, we can search for it. Size, it's always rounded medium, I guess, and the rounded part is also somewhere here. Let's see, if we search for round, no, only background and foreground. Then I think maybe it's saved inside package JSON, components JSON, or maybe it's not. But we can do something like this. We can just go to button, and for small and large, we have rounded medium. If we change this to large, then let's see if this will be more rounded. Let's see, we have also another rounded here on the top. Let's do large here as well. Yeah, I think this will work better. Can we do rounded full to see how this will look like? Yeah, I think I'll keep it rounded full. I like it. Right, so we have our login screen. Now we need our authentication to work. So login with Google should do stuff. So for this, I'm going to use Next.auth. Let's do Next.auth. Let's go here. And Next.auth is becoming auth.js. Let's go to auth.js.dev. And now we have get started, Next.js. Here you can just pick npm yarn ban. I'm using ban, so let's copy this. Let's go here, paste it. So we are adding Next.auth beta version. Because it's for the latest Next.js. npx auth secret. I can just run this, but ban should also work auth secret. Let's do auth secret. No, this will not work. Let's see, ban run auth secret. No. Let's see npx then. npx auth secret. I think the only thing that this will do is add auth secret to our env local, so that's fine. Then we have this configuration. Start by creating a new auth.ts file at the root of your app with the following content auth.ts. So root of your app, so it's here inside the app. Inside we need to create auth.ts file. So let's do auth.ts. Basically, you could also put it inside source. Only later in the configuration, the paths will be different. But let's put it as auth.ts. Let's copy this and let's paste it here in the root of your app with the following content. So root of my app is actually just here, but I think I would prefer it inside source. So let's put it one level up to source. So now we have app and then we have here auth.ts. We will see how this will work. And then we have like app API and we need to create this route. So app API auth, then this, and then this. What you can do is, let's do inside app, we will create this file. Most of new text editors or code editors can do something like this. So you can just go to app, new file, and you can paste the whole path and it will create all of those directories. So if I hit enter, as you can see inside app, it created first directory API, then auth, then inside Next.auth with those square brackets. Yes, it's correct. It should be this way. And then we have route.ts. So same path as we have here. Now we just put this contents here and we need to also create middleware.ts. And the middleware is just next to app. So let's go next to app where we have our auth.ts. Let's do new file and just middleware.ts. Let's put this here. And now we need to specify providers. Let's go next, authentication with Google. And we need to go to register OAuth auth in Google dashboard. Yeah, I think it's Google Cloud Console that we need to visit for this. And I have already created like many projects. So here's my test project. You can just hit new, new project and create new, and you will have brand new project. What we need to do inside the project is search for OAuth and OAuth credentials. And I have many like clients here already registered for the same project, but if you create a new project, this list will be empty. What we need to do is create credentials, and we need to do OAuth client ID. Let's do web application, and here authorize redirect URLs. I don't know if you remember, but here we have those callback URL, and it's basically the same thing. So let's copy this, and whoops, not here, here, and let's paste it inside. Instead of origin, we need to put HTTP localhost 3000, and later when you deploy your app, you need to add another URL like with your domain on the beginning. So you just hit new URL and you paste it there. Let's hit create, and we get our client ID and client secret. Also, when you create this for the first time, it will ask you to create a consent screen. So there you just need to put your email, and that's basically it. Right, so we have client ID and client secret. I'm going to put it inside my env local. So let's put, I think they are asking me to use specific names here. Yes, auth Google ID and auth Google secret. Let's use those instead of this and this underneath. Let's put empty strings for now, and let's see here. Client ID, copy, paste, and the client secret, copy, paste. Right, so now nothing changed. Let's go back here and let's see. Now we can go back to auth.ts and we can add a providers Google. So let's just import Google, same way they did, and we can just do Google, and that's it. We just put it inside providers. All right, so now let's see, inside route, next out route, we should have this, and I think we already have it. Let's go up, API, next out, yeah, we have it, handlers, then we can add a sign in button. So next, and now let's see, they show two ways, next and Next.js client, Next.js and Next.js client. This is like the server way of doing this, and this is client way. For now, our page that we have here is a server page, server component. So we can just use the first, so Next.js. Let's see how it looks like. We first import this. So let's add this here. And we are importing sign in from our auth, and our auth is just this file that we created here, auth.ts. Okay, let's go back to login view, and now let's see what this sign in is. Sign in is a function that will just redirect us to Google, basically, so we can log in there. So how it works, it just creates a form with a button that is type submit, and our form action is use server and just sign in with Google, and that's it. So we can put this type of form here. Let's put this button here that we had. Let's make sure it's type of submit, and then we need this action that is async. So here we just put async and the arrow function like this. Here use server on the top, and then we can do await sign in from auth. Yeah, we imported it somewhere else. I think we imported it inside our page, and we don't need it here. So we just need it inside login view. sign in, and then let's do just Google. And this should work. Let's see what will happen. If I go here, let's just refresh. I wanted to refresh. Let's hit login with Google, and I can log in with my Google account. Let's just hit continue, sign in to test, because this is how I called my product. So now we are logged in. We don't see anything because we just fixed the login button, but now we can show if we are logged in or not. And they have like more stuff here, but basically to show if we are logged in or not, we are going to use one of those functions that we have inside auth. So if we go back here, we are already using sign in. We are not using sign out for logout. And here is our most important function, auth. It just grabs authentication stuff. So let's go back to our page, not inside login view, because there we will have only login button and sign in function. Here I'm going to grab session, const session equals, and let's use our auth. And it has been imported from me here. And I think I need to add the wait here. And because we add the wait, we need to add async function here. All right, so now let's put this login view inside the div. We have session, and what I want to show you is how it looks like. And to show you, we can do it two ways. The first is a JSON stringify session, so I can print it on the page like this. What I like to use is to put here null and then 2, so it will be, and put all of this inside pre-tag. So we will have a nicer structure like this. This null and 2. And null is the replacer, and space 2, so it will add some indentation like here 2 spaces. This is one way how I like to debug stuff. I know I should probably use debugger, but well, I like to console log stuff or just display them. And another thing I like is just to console log session. And then if this will be a client component, you just need to inspect it here, and you would get it here inside your console, what you are console logging. But because this is a server component for now, we will get it here. So as you can see, we have server, we have user, we have our session with user name, my name, email, and image. My image is just the avatar, just so you know. All right, and yeah, this works. So we have session, and now we can do stuff with it. So if we have session, we don't need to show the login view, right? Let's grab our user from session, session.user, and let's see what's the issue here. Session is probably null, so let's add this question mark. And now we can do, if we have user, then we can show div with hello, and we can do like username. If we don't have any user, then we can show the login view. So now I will have this hello and my name here. You should probably be, you can test with sign out button to create also another view here. That will be a good next step, but let's go to the next part. So we can now log in, and we can show the our user that we are logged in with. So we can authenticate with Google, and that was really fast to fix the authentication. You can do like logout view or something like this, and just put a sign out button inside the form with a server action there. You just need to import sign out, and it will work the same way it works with sign in. It will just redirect and clear the session. Right, but now we have our authentication, and now the next part would be, if we are authenticated, we want to show some dashboard, right? So like a logo and navigation and some cool stats and graphs and so on. So this is the next part that we are going to do. We are logged in, so let's display stuff. and that we should display for a logged in user. Right, so I think that now when we want to show some kind of dashboard, maybe we can first put dashboard with some kind of like fake data, and then we will use real data to display real information. Here I think inside blocks they had also like shad cn dashboard. So yeah, something like this. This would work as well. So I think I could just let's maybe copy it. So the source code is here, and where I can find it inside examples and then dashboard. So let's close this. Let's see, we've search, download, and let's search for it. Shad cn dashboard GitHub examples. So let's open maybe this one. I know it's a different user, but let's just go to source, and we can see this how this looks like. They have really nice authentication, but let's also see if we can see something more. Yeah, this looks really nice. So let's use it. Let's go back here to source, and basically I'm going to copy this just to have some nice styling. Overview. Maybe it will be too much to copy. I want to keep it simple like this. So we have 4 cards. Here we have 2 cards, and this is more or less what we want to do. Also, it would be nice to have a sidebar on the left side. If we go to components, we have selector sidebar here, something like this. Yeah, this is what I want to have, and we can also like make it small and big. Let's start with sidebar. So let's do ban add. Let's go here, ban add, enter. And now let's see how we can use it. We need to add extra CSS. So let's add those CSS stylings to global. And the first goes to root. So I think it goes to this here, but we already have sidebar things here. So we don't need this, I guess. Let's see dark. We also have sidebar variables here. Here we have structure and so on. We have inside layout, we need to put sidebar provider, app sidebar, and this is how our app sidebar will look like. Let's see how it works here. Well, it has a lot of nice components that we don't need actually. I want to keep it simple. So I think I will skip it. Let's go back to my page and let's go back here. I just wanted to show you like different ways to that you can go with this. I'm trying to keep it simple. So now first I will start with a header, and let's add some class names like we will have a header. And inside this header, we need some kind of logo, and we're going to start with this. So let's put an A tag. I know we need to change it to link tag later. Let's do maybe link from next link. And now let's call this Amazon price tracker like this. And so we have it. Now let's also put some kind of icon. So lucid icons is what we are going to use. And let's go back first to how to install those. Getting started. And let's see, React. It's same like with Next. So we can just do ban, copy this. And here we were installing the sidebar Do you want to overwrite button? No. Let's do ban add lucid react, and it's added. As you can see, this is like super fast, 20 milliseconds. That's why I'm using ban. And now we can use icons. So if we go to icons, if we search for maybe chart, I like this one, but I would like to have like more into it. So chart, this looks nice. This looks also nice. And I think I will use this chart, no axis combined, but let's see if we'll have something even better. Now I will use chart, no axis combined. So here, let's do chart, no axis combined icon, and it has been imported for me, and we should see it here. Yeah. Now for this link, let's add also some class names like flex, gap of 1, items center, and yeah, so it will look nice. It will look nicely. Now for this main div here, I'm going to add some padding of 4, so we will have some air here in between. So this will be my header. On the left we will have a logo, and maybe here we will have like a logout button, something like this, and I don't know, a bell with notifications. So let's go and do this. For our header, we are going to use flex, of course, here, and we will divide it to 2 parts. The first will be logo, and the second will be our user stuff here. So we want to user stuff to be on the right. So let's put justify between, so it will push space in between those as much as possible. On the user stuff, we can grab user information here and display some user thing. I want to display avatar, and we have this avatar here, and let's add this to here, enter, and now let's try to do avatar from let's import from components UI avatar, yes, and is it like source or URL? No, let's see, how is it called? Avatar, and we have avatar, avatar image, avatar callback. Okay, so inside avatar we need to put avatar image, and here, let's see, it's just source. So I can close it like this, and let's put source here, and we have user image. And why we have an error? Because user image can be empty. String null undefined is not assignable to string or undefined. Or I can just do, if it's null, then let's make it undefined. Right, and here let's put avatar fallback, and let's import this, and here we will just put avatar as a text. Yeah, you can put initials here, and you can do user name, and you can do char at 0. So if we go back here, and if I don't have an image, or if we have an image, but let's say it's undefined, then I will have only D, and that's a nice fallback. Let's put this back, so I will have my image. This works, and I think it looks nicely. Now I would like to have next to me a button, but before I will do this, the button with notifications, I want to do a logout functionality. And for my user, for my avatar, I want to do a drop down. And this is like super easy with this ShadCN UI. We can just go to, let's see, context menu, no, button, carousel, combo box, dialog driver, drop down menu. So we have something like this. Let's add all of those here, drop down menu, and this is how it looks like. You have drop down menu, we have a drop down trigger, and then a drop down menu content. Easy, right? It's just long names. So here for our avatar. Let's do drop down menu, import from UI. Yes, let's put, we will put avatar soon here inside. We also need drop down menu trigger from drop down menu UI. And for our trigger, let's put our avatar, and we're going to add here as child. So it will use this avatar and it will not try to wrap with a button, because if you don't have it like this, well, it doesn't change that much for now. So let's maybe keep it. Drop down menu content now we need. And of course, all of those are automatically imported for me. If it doesn't do it for you, you need to do it manually. Let's put test here, and now let's see. If I click, yeah, we have test. That's really nice. And we have this border. I want to get rid of this. Let's go to content. And now, because all of those components are inside my source, I can just edit them and change stuff. And those will be committed as well when I push my code to production. We have test here, looks nice. And now what I want to do is to have those type of buttons, kinda, you see? So if we go to code, we can see how it's built here. So we have drop down menu content, we have it. And then we can do drop down menu group and drop down menu item. I don't know if we need to have menu group. Let's see what's menu group. Let's try with, yeah, let's try to do this. Menu group and then menu item. Drop down menu group. Yes, from here import, and now drop down item, drop down menu item. Yes. And let's put test here and let's see how this will look like. Yeah, so now we have nicer kind of button like. And now I want to change it to logout. And now to make this logout work, we need to put this as a button first. So let's put this button. We need to import it, of course, logout. And now it will look a little bit off. Yeah. Can we do as child? Yeah. No, this will not work as I thought. What if we add, we can add variant here. Variant ghost. So now we have something like this. And now we can add, we have a button here. I think it's now a little bit bigger, but we can do just like class names and padding y of 0. And this will decrease the spacing, I think. Well, it's a little bit off. Let's see how they are doing with the buttons. Maybe instead of using button here, I will use default button from HTML. And this shouldn't have any styling here. So let's use this one. And now let's put it inside a form. And let's put this button here. And now it still works. So now let's see if we can do action here. Yes, we can. Arrow function. Let's add the async here. And use server. And sign out from auth. Yes. And let's add a wait here. And all of this has been imported. We don't need this import. And we have sign out. Yeah. So now let's see if this will work. If I click logout. Yeah. And if I refresh, I'm on the home page, but I need to log in. So let's log in. And yeah, we can now log in and log out. We have some header here going on. So that is nice. Right. So we have this. I don't know if this is nicely aligned, but I want to check it. So let's see if this is aligned with this. Almost. So let's go to here. We have our header, justify between. Let's add items center. And I think now it's better, I believe. Let's see. No, the avatar is not in the middle. So let's see where it is. Here is avatar. Here we have our div. Maybe here let's put class name, flex, items, center. Now let's see. Yeah, now it's aligned nicely. All right, so now we have our header. It's big. Maybe well, it's only like 30 lines, but I'm going to cut all of this header stuff and I'm going to put it inside a separate component. So I think I'm going to put it inside components. Let's do components, but not UI. I'm just going to put like header.tsx, export default function header, and let's do return, and let's just return all of this. And we have all of those imports as well. Those have been automatically added for me. We cannot find user. Yeah, we just need to go back to this page. We need to grab session and user, and we need to put it here so it will work. We need to add async here as well. And let's see, user is red. It's possibly undefined. Okay, if we don't have a user, let's just return an empty string, or we can do null. It will do the same thing. It will just render nothing here when we use a header. And if we are not logged in, this will just render nothing. And yeah, another way we could do this is to just pass this user as a property. So we will just grab it here. And here inside header, we can do define this property user, and user will be user from Next.js. Yeah, so we don't need the session and user here. We will just grab it here and we will pass it as a property. All right, so here everything works. We have some unused imports that we can get rid of, and now it's much nicer. So this is like our homepage. If we have a user, we display this header, otherwise login view. But it's not only header we want to display. We want to display also rest of this dashboard, right? So some kind of sidebar and statistics here for our product and so on. Right, so now before we will go to the sidebar, I would like to add a search bar here. So let's go back to header, and in here, let's see, next to this avatar, we have header, and here we have div with drop down menu, which is our avatar. And here I'm going to add the div with, instead of using a regular input, I'm also going to add this text field or input from shad cn, and I want to have dark mode here. Let's open here, add input, and now let's go here to this div input from components UI, and let's add a placeholder saying search ... and now let's see. Yeah, this looks fine. But I want this to be styled a little bit differently. So I will do class names around the full, and I want no shadow, none, and I want to add a border and background to be gray, like 400 or no 300. Yeah, maybe no border. So let's remove this border. Let's do maybe border 0. Yeah, this looks nice. Maybe a little bit darker. Can we do 350? No, for 400. That's too dark. I will do white instead. Let's do white. Yeah, white will work. And now some spacing here between all these flags. So let's do gap 2. Or maybe gap 4. Yeah, I think gap 4 will work. Yeah, this will work. Maybe instead of white, let's do almost white. So let's do gray, and let's see, 50. Yeah, I think 50 that works nicely. So we have search here. Looks nice. Can we add some kind of input with an icon. Do they have like icon? Here there's no icon example. But maybe that's not, it's not that important. Or maybe let's add icon. So to do icon, I'm going to put icon here. So let's put search icon, and let's see. Yeah, this will work. Now on this div above, we need to make that one flex, and yeah. And now this styling, let's move it to the div. So background gray, 50. Let's copy this to this div here. Yeah, and same with rounded full. Yes. Now we need to add items center, so this search icon will go to the middle, and this looks nice, but let's decrease the padding from the left to 0. Let's see. Yeah, maybe let's do it like 1. Yes. And for this search icon, let's do maybe here padding left of 1 as well. And I think this looks nice. Maybe we can change that it will not be rounded here from the left side. So here rounded left none. So now we have something like this. And well, I think this works. Well, actually, we can make this better. Instead of dividing this to an icon and an input, we can make an input to go all the way. So let's remove this padding left of 1. So it will have this regular input. Let's remove this rounded left none. So we have something like this. Now for the icon, let's make it position absolute. And here we need to add the relative. So now we have something like this. And now the only thing we need to do is add some extra padding left from the side. And so here padding left, let's see, maybe 8. And now we have something like this. And that works nice, right? Let's add here left of 2. So we will move the search icon from the left a little bit. And now this is like almost perfect. One more thing I want to fix is if I click directly on this search icon, I'm not focusing on the input. And to fix this, there's something like cursor actions. I need to search for this. Cursor actions non CSS. Events none. Pointer events. Okay. Pointer events none. And this means that if I click on this, I'm not clicking on this search icon. I'm clicking what's underneath. So I'm clicking always on the input. Yeah, so this works. And I want the icon to not be black, but more grayish. Let's see if it's text gray 600 I can fix it with. Yes. So now it looks much better. And I can remove this padding left 1 from here. And now I think it's perfect. All right, so with this we have our header with a search bar. Now let's go to the sidebar. So for the sidebar, let's create a new component here, new file. Let's do sidebar.tsx, export default function sidebar. And let's do return, and let's there's a side element that we can use. It's from HTML. And now let's do class names, background white, rounded to XL. Let's see how this will work. Let's put test here. And now let's go to our page, and below header, let's put a div. And let's put sidebar from components like this. And almost. On this div, let's add margin top of 4. And here inside, I'm going to do a grid columns of, let's see, I will put 12 columns on the grid. And the sidebar will have, let's say 4. div grid, is it span? No, it's called span. Let's do 3. So now the sidebar will take 3 of 12 from the columns. Yeah. Now, next to the sidebar, we will have a div that will be also white and rounded to XL, and here we will have content, something like this. But we need to, of course, put it not here, but here. Yeah. And let's add some spacing on the grid. So let's do, it's called gap 4. And now we have something like this. On this content, we need to do call span of 9. Yes, because 12 is 9 plus 3. And now we have here for the sidebar and here for the main content, area for the main content. Let's go back to the sidebar and let's first fix the sidebar. So on the sidebar, I want to have some kind of navigation. Also keep in mind that this is zoomed out and this is like how it looks on 100%. So there's a lot of space here. But let's continue here and let's see. Now, I want to have some kind of navigation here. And basically, I will have like categories and add product. Let's try maybe with categories first. Electronics. Maybe I will put this cable or plug. So let's put some kind of navigation here. And I'm going to put a link that will go to electronics. And now inside this link, I want to put plug icon and electronics, right? And I want to have more of those categories. And let's put maybe headset, yes, headset icon, not just headset. Headset will also work, but I like to import with the icon name so I know what it is. And let's maybe do computer. Let's search for computer. And I like this one, laptop. Let's put laptop icon, and here laptops, and here headsets. And this will not look good, of course. And now we need to style this a little bit. So first, for this side, for our sidebar, let's add some padding on all sides. Let's do maybe padding of 2. So we have some spacing. Now, those links, let's put them next to each other. Icon next to the title. So to do this, let's put on the navigation. We could do like class names on every link, but to not do this, we can do like all items inside navigation, all children should have a flex. So now they are next to each other. Let's do also all should have gap of 1. Yeah, so we have some spacing. And now this looks good. We have laptops. The icons are a little bit too big. But the only thing we could do is to add then class names here on this plug icon, for example, and on the rest. So let's do height of 8 and let's see how this will look like. I think it's too big. Let's try with 6. Looks like it didn't change anything. Let's see 4. Yeah, now it worked. Let's see 5. Yeah, I think this could work. We just need to add all items center here, and also on the main between the links on this nav, I want this one nav to be also flex, but flex column, and let's add gap of like 4, so we'll have some spacing between those links. And this looks fine, but this class name of height of 5 I want to have on all, oops, not all the links, on all of the icons. And yeah, now less spacing here, more spacing here. So Here, padding on the sides, padding on the top and the bottom, let's do 6. And here in between, let's do maybe change it to 3. Yeah, maybe now it's too much from the top. Let's see, 4. I think still too much. Maybe 2 will be good enough. And now let's do the same here too. All of this is too big, I would say. Maybe not too big if you make it like this, but a little too big if you make it like this. Let's see. I will keep it at 150% for now. And on the top here, I will put a span that will say navigation. And I'm going to put here some class names, text, let's do uppercase, and text gray 600, and text small, yes, something like this, and bold. Can I do extra bold? Yes. And super small text, yeah, and more spacing on the sides and everything. Let's do maybe padding of 4 on all sides. Yeah, and from the navigation down, I want this to be maybe H2. Let's do margin bottom of 2 from this one. Yeah, this looks nice. And now let's add a page for adding products. And also for notifications and for all products, maybe. Yeah, let's start with all products. So let's put this here, all products. And here I want to have like a list icon. Can we find something like a list? Align justify, something like this. Let's take it. Align justify icon and all products. And I want also to have add product. And let's search for add. And I like this one, badge plus. But maybe there's something that will look better. Package plus, yeah. Let's try maybe package plus icon. And we also want to have notifications. Whoops, not here, here. And for this, I want to have a bell icon. Yeah, here we'll have it. Bell icon and notifications. So now we will have like a lot of stuff here going on. So we will have like navigation, all products, add product, notifications, and maybe we can add like another section for categories. Yeah, I think we will do this. So let's add like another H2 here underneath that will say categories. And let's add margin top of like 6. So we'll have some spacing. And those categories, electronics, headset, laptops, let's put them. But then we will need to copy all of this for navigation. Let's do this for now. And let's see, laptops, headset, electronics. Let's cut it from here and let's put it here. Now we have something like this. Maybe we can add even more categories. I don't know if we want to have this split it like this, but well, let's get rid of the categories for now. We have all products, we have add product and notifications. All right, so we have a simple sidebar, but I would prefer the sidebar to go all the way to the bottom. And to do this, we need to make this body element bigger, and we need to make this padding and this padded div also bigger. Let's see. Let's go to here. Let's put have screen on this sidebar, and it takes all of the screen, but that's too much. We have screen invisible have, maybe something like this. No, it's still too much. I want to take the screen minus the header, but I forgot it will grow anyway if we just put more stuff into content. But even if we don't have it, it should take all the have. So let's find this div first. So let's go to our page. Here we have this screen, have screen. Let's see. Yes, and now let's go back to the sidebar and let's do height of full. Let's see, here we have header, here we have this. This needs to get bigger in height. So let's go back to our page, height full, and now it's like too big, but we can do something else. We can go back to our sidebar. And for this, we can add the custom styling with CSS, regular CSS. So we can do style and do min height will be calculate, and let's do, I need to do this in backticks, 100% view height minus, let's do 200 pixels and maybe 100 pixels only. Yeah, and now this will work. And maybe I could do even less here, like 140, and that will be too, oops, not here, 140. No, sorry, I said less, 80. Yeah, I think this looks nice, and it will grow. All right, so now we have our sidebar, looks nice. And now let's put some basic stuff into our content for the dashboard. So here on this content part, we will have, like, first, when we log in, we will have products with statistics, line charts, and then we also need to have a page for adding product, and then we also want to have a page for notifications, and then a page for every specific product. So now, first, I want to have a page here with a dashboard, some kind of. So when you log in, you want to see, like, all of the products and the prices, line charts, and so on. So for this, let's go to our page. Where is it? Here is page, and here we have just this content thing. Let's create a new component, and here new file, and let's call it dashboard.tsx, dashboard, export default function, and dashboard. And now let's do return div, and let's put test for now here, or maybe test dashboard. And let's go back here. Not to sidebar, to the page. Let's remove this, and let's put here dashboard like this. Now we have test dashboard here. That's good. Let's go back to our dashboard. And now, first, let's remove this, and let's put an H2 or maybe H1 that says dashboard. So we will have some kind of title. And underneath, let's see how this will look like. Yeah, I want this to be bold, class name bold. Yeah, this will work. And now underneath, I want to have, like, 3 cards. So let's put a div with class name, and it will be grid columns. I can do just grid columns 3, and 3 cards, card 1, and let's do just 2 and 3. Yeah, something like this. And maybe instead of grid columns, grid, okay, let's see, grid columns, and there's a grid columns 3. And for each of those cards, let's put all children, other way, all children will have call span of 1. Let's see. Yeah, why they don't take the all space? Let's see. Here we have this gap of 6 here. Okay, this is for the inside. Let's add that all of those should take with full. Still nothing. Okay, let's put this individually on all of the cards. So if I do with full on this, still nothing. Call span of 3. Now we get something. Okay, this div doesn't take the all of the width, so that's the problem. With full on this one. Let's see. And same thing with this. So on this main one with full, let's see. Now still not. And I think we need to add here flex grow or just grow. Let's see. Now this one, let's see. This one looks good. Okay, so instead of grow, we need to add here how many columns we should take. So that was 12 that we should use there. So here we will have 9. And now it's not much better. Everything works. So maybe we can even get rid of this from the card. Yes. And let's add a gap of 4 here. And that looks much better. Let's add some margin bottom from this dashboard title. And now it looks really nice. Maybe even from the top. So let's do margin top and the bottom of 2. Yeah. And now on each of those cards, I want to have like prices, reviews, and maybe ranking of the products. Yeah. So let's start with the first one. Instead of having one here, we will have 3 things in every. We will have like a title, value, and a small chart. So those 2 things will be under each other here, and then on the right side we will have chart. So let's put 2 divs, first and second. Here we'll have chart, and here we will have like a name and a value here underneath. So let's put those 2 next to each other first. So on this, let's put a flex, justify between, and this didn't work. Let's see why. And yeah, because this one has flex column, I guess. But if we get rid of this from here and we put this into a separate div like this, and we put those children inside, then it will work. Of course, we also need to have padding on the sides of like 4. So we'll have some spacing. And let's see, now we have too much spacing from the top and the bottom, but we can do like minus margin y of 2. Yeah, I don't know if this made any difference. Let's maybe get rid of this. And on this one, let's do padding y of 0. Yeah, now it made a difference, as you can see. But instead of 0, let's do maybe 4. Yeah. All right, so for the name, let's put like a price. And for the value, I want to put a span here. And let's do 29.99. Like this will be an average price right now for all the products we are tracking. And I want this one to be bold. Let's see, bold, font bold. Yeah, this will work. And now for the chart, we can go here and go to chart. And the Shad CN has also charts. Let's see, blocks, charts here. And those charts, we can just copy and paste them. Let's see which one I like the most. And I think it's this area chart with gradient. And let's see, area chart. Yeah, so let's do here area chart gradient. And basically, this is the code that we need to copy. I will first try with this chart data. Let's put it here for now. And now chart config. Let's put this here. We have an error because this is not defined. Then we have a card here. We already have a card. Then we have a chart controller. And let's just grab it all the way when it ends here, chart controller. And this, let's put this here instead of chart. Now, let's go back to components And let's see how we can install charts. Chart, if you are using Next 15, see note here. To use free charts with React 19, you will need to override React is dependency. Okay, overrides inside package.json. No problem. Let's go to package.json. And I guess I don't have any overrides, so I'll just add this. And let's just run ban here, ban install. So it will refresh dependencies, the packages, and I need to run also this ban install. Can I do like this? I guess so. Let's see. Now let's try to install those charts. Component. We use recharts under the hood. Yeah, no. And the components UI charts. Now CLI ban. And now let's copy this. Let's put it here. Enter. Now it should be installed. Card TSX is already exists. Override, no, because I made some changes there. And now we have this installed. Let's see inside UI. We have a chart here, as you can see. So yeah, this is installed. Now let's try to import all of those missing stuff. Chart tooltip content. Let's also this. Now let's see y-axis. Let's import this. And when I'm clicking now, it just adds those imports here. So I can show you them later. Just need to import them first out semi-automatically. Because as you can see, those are red now. I don't have imports statements for those. And one more error somewhere here. Chart config. Oops. Yeah, let's import. And now I have all of those imports here, as you can see. And yeah, now let's see. Super expression must be either be null or a function in this import. Let's try to restart the environment. Let's see, maybe this will help. And now we still have this problem here. Let's see how they are importing this here. Your first chart. Yeah, I know. This is because we need to use client for this. And this is a server component. Yeah. Let's create a chart. Let's create a component for this called line chart, our own line chart. So components, and let's do new file, and let's do line chart.tsx, export default function line chart, and let's do return. For now, it will not take any props. I just want to use client, of course, here, because it will not be server command. I just want to display some stuff here. Let's go back to dashboard, and let's put this config to here. And now let's go back to dashboard and everything inside chart container. Let's grab this and cut from here. And let's go back to, line chart. And let's put this inside this div. And let's go to dashboard, line chart from my component here that I created. Let's see if this will work now. No errors yet. Let's go here inside. To know if it is rendered or not, I'm going to add a red border, and I cannot see it. So let's see what we have here inside. We have this thing here, and we have this div here, and well, it's like super small or something. Let's try to add height of 12. Let's see if this will change anything. No, it has like no width here. What if I do width of 12 as well? Yeah, I get like a label here, and we get an issue. Maybe because it's too small, I don't know. But let's make it bigger. Let's do width full. So now we have something like this. And let's see here. on this div that is above, we can add a grow here. So it will take, yeah, so now we have something, you see? We have like 2 lines here. And the thing is, I don't need this February, April, June thing. So let's go inside and let's see how it looks like. So this is area chart. We have this Cartesian grid. Let's see what happens if we remove it. I don't see any difference here. Let's remove chart tooltip. We don't need any tooltip here. Maybe let's skip the tooltip for now. We have this x-axis. I think this is what we have on the bottom. Yeah, so now it's no x-axis. And now we have like 2 waves. I need only one. And I can decrease the space from the right here. And I would like to do this. Let's see. Yeah, decrease the padding from the right. I think it's on the dashboard here. We have padding X. Let's change it to padding left of 4 and padding right of just 2. Yeah, or maybe even less. Let's maybe remove it. Padding right of 0. Yeah, this looks nice. Now, let's also go back to this line chart and let's do minus margin top of 4 and same on the bottom. So we will decrease the spacing from the top and the bottom. And yeah, this looks nice. Now I would like to change colors. And first thing, we don't need both waves. So I'm going just to have only one of those, desktop. And then we don't need data for mobile. So we can probably do like this. Yeah, and this looks really nice. Now, those colors here come from like chart 1, chart 2, and so on. So I'm going to my styles CSS, global CSS. And let's see, here we have like chart 1 and chart 2 and so on. But looks like it doesn't work. Let's see. Do we have like more of those here? Yeah, here we have like chart 1. Let's see how many chart 1 we have. We have chart 1 here that is blue. We have color chart 1 that is like red or blue. That's it. So, but here we have something that is like gray. But it's not an issue. Let's go to our line chart here again. What if we remove those? Yeah, now it works. If we just do var and then chart 1, then it works. Now I will adjust the numbers a little bit. I want like first to be 40, then let's do like 55, then let's do 50, then I want to do 60, then I want to do 90, and then 110. Yeah, something like this. And maybe we can get rid of the spacing here. That would be nice. Let's see. Let's change this to 2 and same thing for the bottom. Maybe it's a little too big. Let's see. We have height on this with full. Let's go back to dashboard. Yeah, let's see. Let's do height of like 12 to see. And now let's try with, I don't know, let's maybe try with 6. And I think it doesn't change anything. Now I did 6, but like nothing has changed. And let's see. So yeah, as you can see, it's like this, but the stuff inside is bigger. I guess it's probably because we have this margin top and margin bottom that are -2. So let's see now. I have removed this minus margin top and minus margin bottom. And now let's see. So we have this and then we have this. And this is much bigger. What if I do height of 20 pixels? Still nothing. What we have inside chart config? Well, just colors and labels. So let's see. Let's try to maybe add height 6 here as well. Will it change anything? No, it will not. Do we have anything about the height here? No. Chart container. Do we have anything here? Nothing specific about the height. Let's go back here. And well, how do I want to style it better? I want to pull it up a little bit. So to do this, let's see. We have this dashboard, line chart. What if I do margin top and the bottom of 2? Okay, and that's not good. Minus margin top and the bottom of 2. Okay, and now it looks better. Maybe what I can do is I can pull it all the way to the side, and I can make it start like from here and end all the way here. And the price and this label will be above it, on top of it. So let's see. Let's go back here, and now we have this that grows. That's fine. Let's this one make it absolute, and here let's do relative. Now let's see. Yeah, we are almost there. Let's get rid of the padding from the left, and let's just do padding on all sides to be 0. But this is the default, so we can just get rid of this. But before we will do, let's see where this spacing comes from. Here we have nothing. Here, let's see, this div is also like goes all the way, but we need to pull it more to the sides, even more. So it's the minus padding on the sides of 4, or actually it should be margin. So let's see. Yes, now it's well, almost there. Let's see if I do 3. Yeah, I think now it's perfect. We just need to pull it up a little bit, and let's see. So now we need to make it a little bit bigger, and this needs to be smaller. So height, let's change it to like 24, and let's see. Here we have height of 6. We need to fix it. Let's change it to, let's get rid of this one. So now this looks really nice, but I want to make it a little bit smaller in height, a little bit. So here it is. We have this 24 here. Let's try with 18. No, 16. Yes, this looks really nice. I don't know if we will have all of the data then, but let's see if we can do 20. Yeah, let's do maybe 20. Now, here we will also add overflow hidden. So everything that is outside will be hidden, and we hide too much. Let's do like 24, and let's see why we have this white padding here. Okay, it's from the card, and the card. Okay, here we have top and the bottom of 4. Let's change it to only top to be 4, and on the bottom it should be 0. Now it's almost perfect. And now we need to add this overflow hidden, rounded bottom to be 2XL. Yeah, so this should be invisible. Let's see. Here we have card. Here we have, here we have this. Let's see if I remove this minus margin X. Okay, then we will have the spacings. Let's put this minus X of 3 to a separate div here, and let's put it here. Yeah, and instead of 2XL, let's change it to just XL. Yeah, now this line looks perfect. And now I will only style this price thing. So here I am going to add top and left of 2, so it will be moved. And here I will do maybe 6. Yeah, maybe that's too much. So let's do 4, and less from the top, maybe 1. Yeah, and this looks fine. Now it would be nice to do the same thing for the rest. So we will have those times 3. Let's see, here we have like a card, and we want basically to have a dashboard card times 3, but with different data, of course. So let's try to put this card as a separate component. I'm going to cut it from here. Let's go to components and let's do a new file. And how can we call it? Dashboard, something with the dashboard, right? Dashboard top card. All right, and let's do TSX. Export default function dashboard top card. And here let's do return parenthesis and let's paste it. And we have everything here. Now I can do here, I can go here, dashboard top card, and I can do this 3 times and we'll get 3 exactly the same cards. Yes, with all the same data. But now I also want to have different labels, different values, and different data. So let's go here inside and let's define what type of properties we will have here. Title, title will be like a price, for example, and the value. So the visible value will be like $29.99. So here we can put now title. Here we can put value, and let's adjust this indentation here. So now we could change the labels on those two, but we also want to change the data, and we have this data here inside the line chart. And let's see, the data is actually here outside of the component. So first we need to grab this and we need to put this here inside. All right, so we have this chart data, but we don't want to have it hard-coded like this. Instead, we want to have it as a property, right? So as you can see, we will need data as a property. And we need to now specify how this data with TypeScript will look like. So as you can see, this data, we have like a time x-axis thing, January, February, but it can be like a date also. And then we have value. So, and we have many of those data points. So let's do that. This data will be an array of objects. So object, and this is an array of this. And inside each object, we want to have like an X and Y. Let's call it this way. And X will be a string and Y will be a number. All right. And let's see then. And then we will also have a label and the color. So let's see. Here is for the data. Let's also specify label, and here let's just add that label will be a string, and then we will have a color that will be also a string for now, color, and we can also specify the defaults for all of those. So let's put this here, and this here, and the data will be empty, the label will be empty, and the color by default will be chart1. Let's put it here. So we can put just color like this, and we can put label like this. Maybe let's put this desktop here, and default data. Let's put this default data here that we have here. Let's put this here, but not double array, single array. And instead of month, we will have X, and instead of desktop, we will have Y. All right, and now we need to use this data here somewhere below. So here just data, and let's see, here we have those lines, area. Here we have area for mobile, we don't need this, area for desktop. And here we are using to do Y, data key Y. And now it works. What doesn't work is it says Y, but it should say desktop. So let's see where we have this area, data key, stack ID, stroke, natural. Let's see. I need to scroll down. Let's see. We have linear gradient here. We have two of those, fill desktop and fill mobile. We don't need to have fill mobile. Now for the fill desktop, we have like color desktop, but this is not like defined anywhere. So let's try to, if I remove those, let's see if, whoops, I don't like this. So let's put this back. So I guess it is defined here, color desktop. Let's see where it's defined. It gets defined somewhere here. Let's see, can I remove this ID? No. Okay, I think it's somewhere here. We are using this variable color desktop, but how we are defining this color? Here with label desktop. If I change this to X, nothing changes. Let's just see. No, still everything works. Okay, I know now where it comes from. It's here, desktop. If I change it to X, then it's just gray. But we have it as a desktop, and then it works. But it can stay desktop. It's just a name. What I want to fix is this Y90. So let's see where it is. I think it's here. We have this data key Y, and if I remove it, we have nothing here. So we need to have this area. But we have this tooltip and the tooltip container, chart tooltip content, and well, let's see. Maybe let's don't call it Y. Instead, let's call it like that. It can be any string. But how can we specify this here? We have data key. All right, so we can do something like this. Here we have an area of one data key of Y. We can just take this object and see if we have anything else rather than X. And if we do, then we are going to show it in this area. So now let's fix so we will not use just Y. Instead, I'm going to grab all of the keys, object keys of our data 0. So first data item, I'm going to filter because where the key is not X, and then I'm going to map through those. And for each key, let's do parentheses, and let's put this area here, and here let's use this key. So now it still works as it did, but now we can do, for example, I can get rid of this Y here, and here I can specify that we can have like any key of string, and this will be string. No, it's not key of, it's just key string. Yes, and now we have this Y. Number is not assignable to string. Yeah, sorry, it should be number here. And let's see why we have an error here. X is incompatible with index signature. Okay, so we are saying first that there should be an X with string, and then all of this object is like all of the keys should be string and the value should be number. Let's add or strings, and now we have no issue here. All right, so this works, and now if we change those Y colon to, let's say, we can do price colon, then we have price 90. So that looks nice. And now we can customize this. Another thing I would like maybe to customize is this chart one color, but we will see. Let's go to dashboard here, and let's go to dashboard top card, and we have this line chart, and color is required. Let's go back to line chart, and let's make that nothing is required. So let's do optional question marks on all of those. So nothing is required, but let's see. And here we have dashboard top card. And let's go to dashboard. We have 3 those cards. So first, let's change those titles and values. First, title will be price, and the value will be S29.99. And now let's also copy and paste those to here. Reviews, and let's do maybe 4.8. And now the last one, I think the last one, ranking or rank should be like 352, let's say. Yeah. Now, of course, we'll have different data and so on, but this is just for now to visualize. Let's also fix that we will send different data and different labels, of course. So to do this, for this line chart, I'm going to send, but maybe not for now because we don't have any data. Let's leave the data as it is. We will not put fake data times 3 because, well, it will take time, unnecessary time. For now, we have those top 3 cards here. And now the next thing is I want to have cards like for each product here. So let's do only for one product. So let's go to dashboard, and here we have div with all of those 3 cards. Let's put another div, and this one will be for products. When it comes to products, I want to have only like 2 products in a row. So one here and second here, and it will go and go and go. So let's put here grid, oops, inside class names, of course, grid columns 2, and let's also do gap of 4. Let's put our first product. Of course, it will be inside a card. And now, first, I want to have an image. And for the image, I'm going to go to Amazon, and let's search for Amazon Echo. Yeah, and I want to, maybe let's take this one. And I like this image. Let's see, inspect here. Let's do inspect. And here is the image. And I'm just copying the image for now. And later we are going to do that. It will be fetched automatically. Of course, we're going to scrape it. And we have our card. So now let's put the div here with some class names. So we will make this image smaller. Let's do width of, I don't know, like 12. And let's put this image here inside. So now it's this small. Maybe we can make it bigger. Let's do 24. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit too big, but let's leave it maybe for now. Let's see, we have a lot of spacing from the top and the bottom, as we always do with cards. So let's do padding on the top and the bottom of 0. Let's see, 0 is too little. Let's do 2 at least. And maybe 4. Yeah, and this will work. Now let's put all of this into yet another div that will be, of course, flex. Let's do flex, and let's do gap of 2. And now we have inside this a div with image and a div with text. We will put image on the left and then text and the rest on the right. Instead of text, I'm going also to increase the gap. And also I want to have some spacing here, of course. So let's do here some like here padding on X of 4. Yes, this looks nice. And also some padding from this those 3. So the margin top of 4. Yeah. Now on each product we want to have like name of this product, and then maybe current price and last update and a cool graph. So 4 things inside this div. So let's do first will be name. So let's do Amazon Echo dot and fifth generation. Yeah, something like this. Maybe let's get rid of this 5th gen. Amazon dot Echo dot capital Echo. Let's do yes, and I want this to be bold. Class name bold. Font bold. Yes, and now let's do the price. Let's do below price, like, I don't know, $49.99, something like this. Yes, this will work. And the last thing will be like an H5, and it will tell the last update like 4 hours ago. Yeah, and now I want this 4 hours ago to be smaller. So let's put here class name, text small, gray, text gray, 600. Yes, looks nice. And maybe even smaller. Let's do extra small. Let's see. Yes. And now this should be here more to the bottom, and I want like a nice graph going on here. So inside here, let's also put chart. How was it called? Let's go back to dashboard top card, line chart. So line chart that we created, and let's see. Yeah, something like this. But well, the stuff here should be on top of this. So, and the stuff from here, let's put into a div that will be absolute positioning. Let's put it here, and this needs to have relative positioning. So something like this, and we need to put width full on this, I guess. Let's see, inspect here. No, it has like 0 width because this relative has also 0 width. Let's see, let's put grow on this one, and now it's better. So this one that grows, we need to make that it takes all the space to all the way to the bottom. So let's add minus bottom or minus margin bottom of 4. Let's see, yes, and here we have width full. Let's also add, we don't need have full here on the absolute positioning. Let's see, we have here data, and here we have this chart. We need to make this chart go all the way to the bottom. So to fix it, let's put flex and items, and so it will go here. Now also this went absolute to the bottom, but we can fix it because it's absolute. We can do like top 0, and now it's better. And this chart goes outside of this container, but I guess that's fine. What I'm wondering now is if I want to chart start here and end like all the way here, or do I want to start like behind the image? And I think I want to start it here and end here. So let's see. So we have this div here, and then we have this chart. Here's like, and it even has border ready 400. We don't need this. Let's clean it later. But well, here we have this chart. Let's put another div here just for this chart. And well, now it disappeared. Let's add class name, grow. Yeah, so now we have it. Let's inspect here. Here we have some rechart wrapper. No, here we have our grow. So as you can see, it first needs to go more to the right, like of 4, and to the left of like 2. So minus margin left of 2 and minus margin right of 4. And now we have something like this, almost there. Now we need to increase this to 6 and even more. There may be 7. Yes, and we are home. I think that this, well, this looks fine. Now, you probably don't see it, but this bottom chart is outside of this card. So on the card, I'm going to add overflow hidden, and now it's not outside. So that is nice. We have some issue here. Let's see. Cannot read properties of undefined. Maybe it's because we need to refresh. Yeah. So now this looks fine. All of the charts look the same, but well, we will fix it later. We will have different data. Now we have this card for the product. So I'm going to cut this and let's create a different component for this. So let's do a product and dashboard, top card, and not top card, product card.tsx. Export default function, dashboard product card, and let's do parentheses here, return, and let's paste this, and now let's put our products here, dashboard product card, and I want to put, I don't know how many. Let's see how this will look like. Yeah, I think this looks nice. Of course, we'll have like different images and so on, but well, this looks fine. I will also add like padding bottom of at least 4. Yes, and same for this on the sidebar. Let's go back where our dashboard is used here, and here we want padding bottom of 4. Yeah, so we have some spacing underneath the sidebar and those products. Well, but I think this will work. It's not perfect because we have same images everywhere and the same charts, but we are going to fix it. So we have some basic top charts here, and then for each product. Now we need to fix a page so we can add product. So then we will have a form there, and inside this form we are going to like take a product ID. For example, on this echo we have a product ID here. We are going to scrape it, and we are going to read database. We are going to save it to the database. We are going to scrape it, and we are going to save like information about the pricing and the reviews and so on. All right, now let's fix that we can add products to our dashboard. So here we have just link /electronics on all of those. Let's go to this sidebar, and here we have 3 links, all products. Let's just go to, it will go to homepage, the second electronics add product. Let's just do add product. Yeah, I also enabled this code completion here. As you can see, it's from Super Maven. And if you are wondering why I get some code completion add product like this, it's AI code completion. I really like it, so I can recommend to you. All right, so we have add product, and then let's see, the last one will be notifications, like this. All right, so now if we click on this add product, we will get 404 because, well, we don't have this page yet. So let's see, we have source, app, inside app. Let's create a directory add product, and inside let's put page tsx. So we have source app and then page tsx. And inside let's do export default function add product. Inside let's just do a div. Let's do this h1 with add product. Don't forget to close this curly brackets here. And now let's see, we have add product. Well, we don't have anything of this layout that we have on the homepage, so let's fix it. Let's see how it looks like on this homepage here. So we have page inside app, and as you can see here, if we have a user, Then we show sidebar and dashboard. If we don't, we show login view. And I don't want to copy paste this. If we have session, if we have user, if we don't, we show login view. And I'm going to move it to layout. So here inside layout, we have this layout here with just HTML, body element here from HTML tags, and then children, which is just our page. But here we can do something like this. This thing, grabbing the session and the user, we can move it there. So let's go to layout. Let's add async here. Let's grab session, let's grab user. And now we can do if no user, then let's do return. Let's put return like this. And inside this return, let's do login view like this. And closing because we don't have any params here and we don't have any children. Insert import login view from app login view, yes. And let's see, is it imported? Yeah, login view here, nicely. So now I should be able to go back to this page and we can get rid of this session and user. No need for this import, no need for this login view, and no need to check for the user here. So we can remove this if statement here. Now, as you can see, let's put this here. We have a header that needs a user. And we also have this sidebar and dashboard here. And all of this needs to also be moved to our layout page here. So here, instead of those children, we also need children here, but we need to put this up to this before children, and then this after children, and our dashboard should be only children. So let's try, let's copy this, let's put this here into layout, and now the thing after dashboard, let's copy this, yes. And now let's reformat. I will just hit reformat code so it will be nicer with indentation. Now here we can get rid of all of this. So let's just leave dashboard like this and everything works. And now if we go to add product, we have this add product text here, header, and we have all of the stuff that are around. Right, so let's remove unused imports, and now let's see, we have logo here, that looks good. Now we have this add product, so let's go back to our add product page. On this div here, I think we need to add grow, so the div will take all the width. No, it will not. Actually, we need this call span of 9, but yeah, let's just keep it and call span 9, so it will take all of the remaining columns, because as you remember here we added this grid and grid columns 12, so we divided children inside this div to 12 columns, and this one takes 3 columns, call span 3, and then this one needs to take 9 columns. All right, so we have add product. I want something similar to this dashboard. So let's search for this dashboard. Here we have this H1. Here we have a lot of unused imports, so I will remove them. Let's go here and let's paste this dashboard, but let's put here our add product. All right, now let's go to add product, and now underneath we need a simple form, and in this form we need to get a product ID. So let's try to add it. First we will need, let's say, a form, and inside let's put an input from components UI input. So we are going to use those shad cn components here, and instead of product name, let's put here enter product ID. Right, And I have an example. Yeah, let's maybe keep this one. It looks like a good example. All right, so this looks fine. Now it would be nice to have some kind of label. Let's keep this HTML for product ID. And here we'll have product ID as a label. But because we have this HTML4, we also want to have an ID, product ID here. So when we click on the product ID, it will focus on this input below here. This input is like transparent here on the background body, on the background color. So I want to change it. I will go inside this input and let's see. We have some placeholder, selection. Let's see, where is background? Here we have background transparent. Let's change it to background white. All right, and I think this will work better. All right, so we have this product ID, and now we need to have a button to just hit add product. And maybe it doesn't look that good for now, but we are going to fix it. Let's do button and type submit, and it's button with big B, so it's imported from components UI here. Now let's see, we have this add product, and one issue I see here is that the buttons are fully rounded while the inputs are not. And I think this is because if I log out here, yeah, those buttons are also fully rounded. Let's go to button and let's remove this fully rounded thing. Rounded full. I think we can do like rounded large. Yeah, let's go log in and let's keep this button as it is here. All right, so we have a button, we have an input. It looks like something is broken, so let's fix styling a little bit. Let's go to our page, and what can we do here? Maybe let's put, let's make everything centered and more narrow in a box like this, centered. So let's put a div here, and let's put everything into this div. And this div will have a class name of, let's say, let's add max width of extra small, and let's do mx auto so it will be centered. Yeah, so now everything is centered. The div wrapper is centered. Now I want to make flex and flex call. Let's add some gaps so we'll have some spacing between the elements here, between the header and the form. Let's add also text center. And now everything is centered here. And well, it looks, I don't like that this is centered. Well, I'm not sure if everything should be centered, but I'm not sure, but let's see. If I remove text center, then it will come here. Let's make only the header centered, text center, like this, and the button here. So here we have the button. Let's put it inside the div. Button here, and this div, let's make it flex, justify center, and let's add some margin top of 4, so we have some spacing. Maybe that's not enough. And also I think we should make this label smaller, so let's add some class names here. Let's do text small, yeah, and let's see how it looks. Here we have dashboard, here we have add product. Let's do capital P here for the title, add product. And now I think we have too much space here in between. So let's change this gap to 2. And I want to add the white background here. So let's do background white. Let's add also this rounded. Padding 4 and half of full. So let's see, it takes the full half here. And if I remove it, it will have it anyway because it's inside this flex. I don't know if it looks better, so I'm going to remove it back as it was. So we have just add product. I think I can just remove the gap. Yeah, it will look better. And let's see, we have still margin bottom of 2. Let's skip it from the top. Let's do maybe 4, so we will have even more spacing. And maybe we can, we can either make it stay here or we can make it center to the middle. Let's try to make it to the middle. So let's pull it down with here flex and items center. Yeah, but now it's not wide enough. So here let's add grow on this children, and now it's like something like this. I think it's pulled down too much. If it should start somewhere here. But let's see what happens if I just add margin bottom of like 16. Yeah, then it added some margin bottom, so it has been pulled up a little bit. All right, and I think this looks fine. Let's keep it this way. And the next thing is we want to make it to work, right? So we want to be able to add a product ID and hit this add product and make it work. So to handle this, we are going to use server functions on our form. Let's do action async and let's close it like this. We have action and async arrow function, and let's create a server action for this. So we have app components hooks lib. Let's also create actions and first file for our actions. Let's do actions, and let's do maybe call it product actions.ts. And here inside, what do we want to do? We want to add this to the database. And I think we have already model for this. Let's see inside Prisma. Yes, we have product. So let's go back to product actions, and on the top, let's do use server. And now first, no, we don't want to import type. We want to create a function to add product by ID. So let's do export async function add product. Yeah, we can take product ID, and now we have product ID, and we want to save it to the database. First, let's see our schema. We have a product and it has this ID, but this ID is automatically generated. It's like a number. And then we have title, EMG, and so on. So first, I want to add also Amazon ID. That will be a string. And now let's see what's the error here. Okay, form action is not completed. That's fine. So we have product actions here, and we will get product ID. With this product ID, what do we want to do? We want to save it to our database. We can put product ID here as Amazon ID, but then we also need title, EMG, created it. No, we don't need created, but we want EMG and title. And then we also want to save the pricing information. We want to scrape pricing to save it later, right? But let's focus first on the title and the image. So we have this product here with this ID, and we want to scrape it. And we could write our own scraper for this, but this would take time, and every time Amazon would change something, we would need to update our scraper. So today we are going to use a service for this called Smartproxy. So with Smartproxy, we can just put a product ID, and we can just use here Amazon product scraper. We can select the domain for Amazon. I will choose .se. We have even option for device type and so on, but I can just leave it as it is. And then if I just hit send request, you can see that the request looks like this. Here's the request. This is how it looks like in Node.js. So it's super simple and short. And in the response, we get results. So we have here title, This is like different product, but we get title, we have images here, rating, reviews, categories, currency, and price information, everything that we need. So let's maybe try with this product. I will copy this. Let's put it here and let's click send request. And here's our information. So we have title, images, rating, delivery options. We have price and everything that we would need. So from this, I was thinking that we can use it to scrape a few things from every product. The first will be price, and we want to track the price. The second will be rating. So we have rating here. We have even rating stars distribution. If you want to make it more advanced, to like count how many 1-star reviews a product gets or something like this. But I'm going to keep it more simple. So we have here rating 4.2, and this is what I'm going to save alongside with this price buy box, which is the price that is here if I want to buy it. We can maybe also save reviews count, and let's see what else. Maybe let's even save reviews count. So reviews count, price, and rating. So we have product, but we don't want those things, those 4 things to save on the product, or actually we could. Let's maybe do this as well. So let's add here price, that will be a number. Let's also add reviews count, that will be an integer, and reviews average rating, yeah, and this will be also a number. Should be number, here we should put this as int. Yes, so let's go back to our product actions, and let's don't forget to regenerate our Prisma models. So for this we are going to use ban Prisma generate, and just to be sure, I think we need to restart our environment. So let's do ban dev here in the first tab, and now we have product ID. We want to scrape it, right? So how we do this, let's go to request, and this is how we do this. So let's just grab just all of this, let's put it here, and we are using a regular fetch. We are grabbing response, we are sending post Amazon product with this query, which is our product ID. So let's replace it to our product ID, domain SE, parse true, and this looks fine. So now let's see, I'm going to remove this console error, or maybe let's leave it as it is. Let's leave this catch error, but I also want to have response. Let's see what's inside response. Response is either empty or a response object. So let's do if we have response, then let's do const data equals await response JSON, and let's do console log data. So and at the end let's do return response JSON, and let's do just okay. Doesn't matter if it fails, we want to see it in our terminal if this will work or not. We have this function here. We are not using this yet inside our product actions, called product ID. So let's go back to our add product page, and here we just want to import it. So let's do add product, and this is not yet imported. Yeah, now it's imported. We need to pass ID here, and we are getting here actually data, which will be our form data, and inside the data we want to get product ID as string like this. But just to make sure that we will get our product ID, we need to put here a name product ID on our input. All right, so we have product ID. This is an async function, so let's add a wait. And now let's see what will happen if we will send a request here. Maybe let's try to find another product that we can test with. Or maybe let's use this one. It's not actually added to the database. So let's try to do this. Add product. We have an error. Functions cannot be passed directly to client components unless you explicitly expose by marking it with use server. All right, this means that we cannot put it like this. And basically it means that we have a form here. Or actually it doesn't mean that we have a form here. We just have a form here. But to use it action this way, we need to make it to a client component first. So I'm going to put use client here on the top. And then if I refresh, let's put this ID. Let's click add product. And nothing has changed. Well, actually it did. Only plain objects and a few built-ins can be passed to client components from server components. Classes or no components are not supported. So let's try to comment this. Let's see if we will still get this error. Add product. Nothing happens. No error. Let's see what happens if we just console log data. I will put this ID here. Add product. Nothing happens. But we get something here, do we? We even got this scraping result here, I think. Only plain objects can be passed to client components from server components. Let's try to get product ID. And if I put this ID here, let's try put ID, add product. Nothing happens. Probably because we will get this here inside. If I put this, add product, I'm filtering here. We get the product ID. This is good. Now let's try to uncomment this. And let's put back await, get product ID as string. So let's try again. If I put this add product, now it works. No, it does not. Let's see. Same error. And to find what's going on, I will try to first remove all of this. So I will here I will comment out everything, and here I will just do return true. And let's try to put the product ID back, add product, no error. And I think this is because we tried to here return JSON, an object, and instead we should just return something simple like true, or like the data, or something like this. Let's leave it true for now. And here let's put product, let's hit add product. And now, as you can see, we get results here, we get content, and it's an object. So we get the same data that we get here. So let's print results content to see what's inside. Data, results, content. Was it content? Yes. And let's try to add it again. So let's put this, and now let's see. It's empty because we have data, results, and results is an array. So let's do results of the first item. So let's do 0 and then content. Let's try again, add product. And now we have a lot of data. We have reviews and everything. So, and everything sits inside this results object. So let's do const product info equals, let's put all of this here, and let's add results here. So we will get just contents of this. And let's see, what do we want to get from this object? Well, first, let's maybe grab images. So let's do images. Well, we also want title. Let's don't forget about the title. Images. We want also rating, and I don't want reviews. I don't want to look through them. Let's see what else. Page type, price buy box, and we have product name, but I think it's the same as the title or very similar. Yeah, so a title is good enough. Bullet points, reviews count. Let's grab this as well. And I think this will be enough for now. So we are grabbing this from product info, and now let's save it to our product, right? So we are going to import product. We want to use our product model. And to do this, first we need to get our Prisma client. So let's do const Prisma equals await Prisma. That should be uppercase Prisma client, and then just Prisma client like this, and that's it. We have our Prisma. We can probably move it like here at the top outside of this function, so we can use it in many places. Prisma client, or maybe we can put it in a function. So export async function get Prisma, and we can just put it here, and we can just do return. So we can do get Prisma and do stuff with it. So let's do get Prisma, and we will have it here inside product actions. But actually a better way of doing this would be to have it outside product actions, so we can have it also in other places. Let's put it inside the lib. Let's create a file db.ts, and here let's do export const Prisma equals, and let's do here just do new Prisma client, and let's make sure that this will get imported. Import Prisma client from client extension. Oh, this is not what I wanted to do. Let's import this manually. Prisma client from Prisma client extension. Yes, export, and I want this back to be export Prisma equals export const Prisma equals new Prisma client. Right. So now let's go back to product actions. Let's remove this. And now let's do Prisma import. So now it's imported from that file, and we want to do product. I guess we need to await first Prisma, and then let's see if we can do, and we should get a Prisma product here, but we don't. So let's see if there's something wrong here. Prisma client extension, this feels wrong. Let's see what we have inside the client default here. No, let's see inside the documentation. ORM quick start. This is done. We have models, and we need to add a client. Yeah, I forgot about this one. So let's open here, and let's do ban add Prisma client, and let's go back to our DB, and now this should work. Import Prisma client. Let's just make sure that this will work. Client from just Prisma client like this, and we should be able to import it this way. Prisma client. Let's put it like this. And let's add export. I don't know what I get in red arrow here, but this should now work. Maybe I need to restart my environment. Cannot find module Prisma client default. Let's see. Prisma client, it's installed. Let's see inside our provider. This looks fine. So I found a solution, even though it says like that. Let's hit this, and let's see if we will get an error. For now we will not get error because it's not used now, but even if it says that well, let's see, let's start here. Even if we do ban Prisma generate, it will start by importing your Prisma client. See here, and if you open this link, you can see that you can open like this, or you can import like this, and that's basically it. And for DNO, it's like this. But if I think documentation is not updated again, and I think we should import it not from the node modules, but from the generated. because they ask us to use this generated directory during the installation. So instead of doing like this, we are going to do like go back and then go to one more step to generated, then to Prisma, then default. And this is how we are going to import from db.ts. Now, if we go to product actions, I don't know if I have some old, I can remove this. And now let's try to use Prisma. Prisma from db.ts. Yes, we have an import here. That's nice. Now we can do that product, that create, and here we can put like a lot of data. And well, we need like title, we need the image price, reviews count, reviews average rating, and the Amazon ID. Yeah, I hope this will just work. Let's just see. I will do await. And from this, we will have a response. We will get our new product object, or we can maybe call it product row from our database. And here let's just return product row.id. And here we will just return false if something goes wrong. So now let's see what will happen. So we need to start our environment, of course. Ban Prisma, not generate. We can do ban dev now. And let's go here. And if I just submit this, add product, let's see what will happen. It's still loading, I think. Yeah, we get a different error. We have an error here. Argument EMG is missing. Okay, so this is wrong. It's not images of 0.url. It should be just images of 0. Now let's see if I hit add product. Amazon ID does not exist in the current database. Yeah, that's correct. We need to push those new changes. We have it inside our model, but we didn't push it to our database. So how we can do this? We need to do like ban, run, db, push. And this will push our changes. So let's go to our db and let's refresh here. We have our product table. We have price, reviews count, reviews average rating, Amazon ID is here. All right, so now this should work. Let's start ban dev and let's start again. So let's put this ID here, add product, and nothing happened. So I guess it just worked. Let's see inside our database. Refresh this. No, we have no rows. Let's see, no errors here. But the post request just worked. Let's see in the network tab. Let's try again. Let's add product. It says pending. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, we get success. 200. Let's go to preview. Response. Nothing. Nothing exciting here. Let's go to our product. And let's see if, yeah, we have 2 rows actually. I just used just this refresh to for the tables and not for the data. Let's delete one record from here. So this works. We get our data and now we are saving this. And now even if we save this updated, not updated, we save this price, reviews, and reviews count, reviews average rating. Also, let's check what was this review average rating. Here we have rating. Let me close some of those. So rating should be actually 4.2, but we have saved this as 4. Let's go to our Prisma schema. We have price, reviews count, average rating. We can fix it by doing something like this. We can do times 10 and then we will get 42. And then we just need to divide it by 10 when we fetch it. Let's try to save it once again. Add product. Let's see if this will work. Let's go here. refresh the data, we get another one, and we get 42 here. That's correct. Right, so let's remove the first one, delete one record. Let's go here. And now, when we save our product, let's go to our add product page. Here we will get product ID. And if we have product ID, let's just redirect, but not this way as it shows here and generated by AI. Instead, I want to do redirect, and I want to import this redirect from Next navigation, and I want to redirect just to the home page. Yes, redirect Next navigation, and let's try. I'm going to just use the same product once again, and it redirected me to the home page, which is correct. I just shouldn't get to the two of same products, so I'm going to delete one of those. Yes, and now let's go to we have our product added to the database, so let's maybe show it here. So let's go to our source, then up, and then we have this page, and then we need to go inside dashboard. Inside dashboard, we have those dashboard products card. Let's just remove all of those. Let's leave only one. And what we want to do here is we want to fetch all of the products from the database, right? One important thing I forgot here is we are fetching all of the products from the database, and because, well, we just save it this way. But I forgot about one important thing. When we save a product, we need to know what user that is already logged in that added this product. So let's add the user email. That will be a string. And now let's do Prisma ban Prisma generate, and ban run db push, or I think I can do just db push. So it will regenerate Prisma, do db push, and we don't have any default value, and we can just delete all of the data from here, and then it should work. Otherwise, if you have an existing data, you need to provide default for this existing data. Let's see if this will work now. Yes, it did. Now let's go back to the our actions here. So we have this product actions, and here inside we want to add our user ID. So here we want to do user email, sorry, not user ID. And how we can get the user email here? We can grab our session here. So let's do const session equals await auth, as it says here. And let's import this auth. Let's grab a user. And if we don't have a user, let's just return false. But here we can be sure that we have user email, and this should work. Let's see what's the issue here. The issue that this user.email can be either string, null, or undefined. It just makes sure that, or if we don't have user email, then we will also return false, and we will not get here. So this issue, this shouldn't be an issue anymore. User email string, we are passing string, and here we also have this as string. It says it doesn't exist on type. It's probably because we just need to refresh and push the data, regenerate, and now let's do ban dev to run everything, and it should refresh in a moment. Let's try to add a product now. If we go to add product, let's go add product, let's add this product, add product, and I think it worked. Let's refresh our data here. Yeah, looks fine, and we have title, but I don't see my user email here. Yeah, here's user email at the end. All right, so everything worked. Let's go back to our dashboard, and now what I want to do is to grab all of my products. So we need to have a session. Let's do session await auth like this, and user grabs user. If we don't have a user, we should have a user from our layout. If we don't, let's just return null here for TypeScript checking. But we will have a user here. Now, we want to grab all of products for this user, for the logged in user, right? So let's do const products equals await Prisma from database, imported product, find many, and inside here, what do we want to do? We want to do where, and user email is user.email. Let's also assure here if we don't have user email, then it will also return null. Basically, we will always have a user email. It says user email does not exist on product where input. I think it does. It's just a cache here, and this should work. We need to add async here because we have await and so on. Now this should work and we should get our products here. Let's leave it as it was and let's do products map. And for each product, we want to do arrow function, parenthesis, and let's put this dashboard product card. Now let's see, we are missing some closing. Let's see, this is here, this goes here, and this goes here. Looks fine. It should be products map. Yeah, now it's correct. And now I want to put all of this product data there. So let's pass it like this, product equals product. All right. So now let's go here inside and let's specify this product, and then typing colon product will be product. This product, we need to import it from, well, I don't want to import it from here, from this weird string. Let's see, other places I can import them from. No, I don't like this. So let's see, let's do back one more. No, let's do generated. Where are we now? Inside components. So let's go up and then where are we now? Inside source. Let's go to generated Prisma, and is it inside runtime? No, I don't want to import it like this. Let's try to do this in a different way. Import type product from Prisma, not Prisma client. We want it to go to generated, or maybe it's inside Prisma. No, it's inside generated Prisma. I think maybe it's there inside default. Now let's try product, and now it works. So yeah, like this. Now we can see that product has all of those properties. So instead of this, we can do like product, and we can do price, and I can add Swedish crowns here. So now let's see if I refresh, and 1619, yeah, it worked. Actually, I should do the same thing here and save with times 10. So let's go back to our add product function. And for the price, let's do not times 10, here times 100. So we'll save those decimals. And so let's go back here. Let's select delete, yes. Let's go to add product. Yes, add product. And if I go here and I refresh my database, you can see that we have those decimals saved without decimal point. And this is because now we can go back to here and we can just divide by 100 and we will get decimals. So if I refresh, 1619.99. We have one issue here. Okay, I'm missing key property. I really dislike those. Let's go to dashboard, key, and let's do product ID. All right, let's put those into new lines. All right, so now we are displaying products. Well, sort of. Let's go back here and let's fix an image. So here is image. We want to display product img, right? Let's see. Yeah, this will work. And let's see if we can see different. I don't know why this one shows first. Is the same thing for all of those? Yeah, but why do they have like different image on this listing? Let's see if we can grab something else about the image. We have images here. We have delivery, warnings, store URL, pricing URL, product name. No. Let's see if we will grab something that has like only one image or something like this. Third page, if we open this. No, I don't know if they just pick random image on Amazon. Let's search for Galaxy Watch. And let's see. Let's pick this one. Let's copy the ID and let's add it. Add product. This one, add product. Let's maybe also add Xiaomi Watch. And let's see this one. Let's copy ID. Let's go to add product. Add product. And now we should get like 3. Yeah, we have 3 products. And I don't like that this takes so much space, but let's add more products first. So I also want to add Apple Watch, maybe this one. So let's copy product ID, add products, add product. Yeah. And what else? Let's add a MacBook. And I really like, let's say this one. Let's go here, add product. Add product, and let's add AirPods, and let's do AirPods Max. Those are really expensive. And let's go add product. All right, and now let's fix the images. So first we want to do aspect ratio to be square on the image. Let's see here, aspect square. And let's see, this didn't change anything here, but we have width here. Let's add height of 24 as well. So now we have something like this. If I remove aspect square, then nothing changes here, but on the image I can do like class name and max height of 24 and width to be auto, and then it's here aligned to the left. And now I can probably do like text center. No, it will not be centered, but maybe I can try with flex and justify center. And now all of those are centered. But this MacBook looks funny. Let's do items center. Yeah, now I think everything looks fine. This watch, this MacBook. And I want one more product. I will take maybe those AirPods. So let's go here, add product, here, add product. And I want to remove the first product, which is this Alexa speaker. I don't like the image, that's why I'm removing it. That's all. Nothing special about it. So now we have our products. And if you would log in as a different user, you would have different products. Let me log out. So I will log in now with a different account and I have no products here. So like, let's log in back to the previous account. And now we have prices here. And we want to also display when it has been updated. We have, because this is the next part, 4 hours ago, it says on all of those. There's something nice component called React time ago. Let's go here. And it just says something like this, just now, 45 seconds ago or something like this. So let's do ban add React time ago. And we also need to install JavaScript time ago. So let's do ban add JavaScript time ago. And let's see, I don't want to change language, but if you want, you can do this like this. And we just import this. And let's put it here. And this is how we import this. Let's put the import here. And here we put date. So our date will be product, not created that, updated that. And this is default, so I guess we can remove it. Now let's see. No local data has been registered. Okay, if I put this back, I think I need to register locale for this. Oops, I don't want to debug here. Here, let's put import English and add the default English time ago, and we also need to import this time ago. Yes, I think that now time ago is not defined. Should be. Let's try to restart. Use ref only works in client components. Add use client directive on top of file. This is because we are using this, which is using ref, and on a server component, because this is server component. Let's put use client on the top here, and now as you can see, it works fine. So we have like 6 minutes ago, and this one is 3 minutes ago. You cannot see it on the here 3 minutes ago, and so it works. Now the only thing that doesn't work are those graphs here. So those graphs, I was thinking, can be pricing, but for now, as you know, we have only one price point, one price per product. We don't have any history. So let's create a table for this. So let's do model, and let's do product data history, something simple. And we want to do something like this. ID that will be just generated automatically, like the same way those IDs here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on. We want to have also, let's see, let's also add Amazon ID, which will be a string. And do we want to save title, image, price, and so on? Yeah, let's do this. So let's put all of this here, and it will be just the same thing. We will also add the created that. We don't need to have updated that. We will not going to update stuff here inside. And basically it will work like this. When you add a product, we save it here inside products, right? So we'll have a product. But then let's say every day at 8 a.m. or you can pick any like time in the day, we will run a cron job that will go through all of the products on all users, and it will fetch the latest data, and it will put it here inside product data history. So and we can maybe even put the first point in time inside this product data history when we create the product. So let's first create this endpoint that we can run that will just put the data for all of those products into this product data history that we can run every day. So let's put this inside API, and let's put like products directory, then another directory, let's call it maybe refresh, and then route ts. Yes. Now, because there will be some fun with dates, I'm going to add date functions to have some nice date functions to use. And here we will have a route. So let's do export async function. Here I will do get. So it will be simple. First, we want to grab all of the products. So let's do const products equals await Prisma. Let's import product and find many, just find everything. Okay, so now we have all of the products. So what do we want to do with the products? Well, we want to go through those products and let's see. We want to go through those products, and for each we want to scrape new data. Before we will do this, or actually we could do this like right away, but this functionality to scrape data, we have it inside actions here, and I would like to put it in a separate function. So let's go to, for example, lib, and let's do a new file here. Let's do product scraper.ts, and let's export async function scrape product, yes, and let's put all of the data from product actions. Oh, well, not all of the data, but all of this functionality that we have here. So here we have a response, and here we are getting a lot of stuff. So let's put this inside here, but let's clean some stuff. Let's remove this catch error, and now here we have an if we have a response. Well, let's say that if we don't have a response, then something is really wrong and we should just throw an error. Failed to get a response. Right. So here later we can be sure that we have a response. So we can do response JSON, we will get data, and we will get all of this data. Now we don't need this Prisma stuff here. So, or actually, I will not remove it. I will just keep this data thing here. And I will remove this Prisma crate. And here I will just do return, and let's keep this data, just this object with all of this product data that we'll get from the scraper, except the user email, because we need session for this. And we don't need Prisma here, and this should just work. So now first let's go to product actions. Here we have a lot of stuff that we can probably now remove. So let's maybe just let's remove this part first, fetching, and we will always get a response, so we can get rid of this and this, and we will always get all of those from our new function. Yeah, so basically we can even remove this object from here, and we can do await scrape product. Let's import this function, and here we need to put our product ID, and this should work with this simple code like this. Let's see what's the issue here. We are creating, I forgot that we need to put it inside data to be this. Yeah, and let's see what's the issue here. User email is missing. Yeah, I forgot. So we have a data. Let's make this to a cloned object like this, ... And here we can add user email to be user email. Let's put this into separate lines so it will be easier to read like this, and this should work. Now let's go back to our refresh route. And now we want to do something like this for const product of products. So for each product, what do we want to do? We want to grab new data, const new product data, and we want to use this scrape product function imported, yes. And now what do we want to do with this new data? First we want to check if we have data for this product for today. So if we have this product, let's check in the history table. Let's see. First, let's update our Prisma clients and so on. Prisma generate and db push, ban Prisma generate and ban db push. Let's start ban dev again. And now let's do something like this. To get the latest, I want to first get the latest from product data history for this specific product. So let's do const latest history data, latest history db data, and let's do something like this. Let's do await Prisma product data history, and let's do find first. And we want to find first where? We want to find first when where Amazon ID is product Amazon ID. Yes. And now we can see if we have latest history DB data, we want to check if the date is the same as today. So if we have it and is, I think there's a function is today from date functions. Yes, so this has been imported, is today. And here I will just put latest history DB data created at. So if we have data from today, I will just do continue, continue, and it will just skip to the next product in this loop. Otherwise, it will not continue and it will go here. And what we will do, we will just put new data into history. So we will do await product data history create because we want to create new data product data history. And inside data, well, we just want to put information about this product that we just scraped. Did we scrape here yet? Let's see. Yes, we did. We have this new product data. We can actually move it lower here where we know that we need to scrape. So for data, let's just do new product data. And this should work. So now let's try this endpoint. So I will go here. Let's put this here, API. And now let's do, I think it was products and then refresh. If I hit enter and it's running, it can take few seconds because it runs through all of those products. But this will be a cron job, so something that you can set up and it will run automatically and no user will wait for anything like this. So if I refresh here the table, you can see here we get 500 because I forgot to do like return response JSON and OK. But now if I do, I will just get OK and it will not create new records because we check if we have today's data. But here in product data history, I will just refresh once again. We get history data for all of our products. And if you run this endpoint tomorrow, you will get more records. So it works. Now we have only one data point, but let's use it. Or actually, let's get at least 2 data points. So for each product, we have only one data point because, well, it's today, and I cannot go to future, travel to future and click it again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the dates on those to 30 to yesterday, on this as well, on all of those. So I will fake yesterday data. So I'll make those to yesterday. And here I will do like 41, 43. So we will have something to play with. 52, 44, 45. And reverse count, let's also change some stuff here. We don't need to change everything. Here maybe 42, 11, 45, 11, 65, and the price. Let's maybe change here also a little bit. Maybe let's put 0 here, and in here let's do like here. This will be much cheaper, so this will grow in price. This will decrease, so we'll increase here. Same here, and let's increase a lot here. And now let's save those changes. So now if I refresh this endpoint for products refresh, I should get more 6 more rows. We can see we have 1, 3, we should have 12 in total. Yeah, now I have 12 and I have different data points. So we can, for example, take this, and I don't know if I can filter here. Yeah, filter. where Amazon ID equals this. I can apply. So we have two rows for this Galaxy watch, and the first is price 220, and here we have 221. So we will have some data to show here. All right, so now let's go to each product, and let's go to dashboard, and let's see. We have product here, and we are only sending here information about product, but not information about product data history. So we need to grab it as well. So let's do history equals product data history where, and I want to do where Amazon ID will be inside those products. So I want to find history where Amazon ID of those products is the same as we fetched here for this user. So we can do just products, map product to product Amazon ID. And let's see if this will work. No. Let's maybe put it first const products IDs here. And can I do like in? Yeah, products IDs. This is how we do this, where Amazon ID is inside those products IDs. All right. So now let's put this history here, history, and here I get automatically filter. Let's just check it. History filter. So we check that the Amazon ID of this history point is same as our product Amazon ID. And let's go here. Let's add history, and let's type that history will be product. Let's import it first. Product data history. So product data history, and it will be an array of this. Yeah, correct, an array. And now let's see. First, I want to just display the data, JSON stringify history. So let's see if we will see it and the data. Yes, we see it. So we see price and everything looks fine. So now we have this line chart. It doesn't take any, well, it actually takes data. So let's send data. So let's go back to dashboard and here, and we have line chart here, and we need to send data. So let's loop through history. Let's do map, and for each, let's do history point HP. Let's return an object where X will be HP created at, but we can specify how this will look like. So let's do to local date string. Let's do this, and let's do Y. It will be not Y. Let's do just price. It will be HP price divided by 100 because we want to have it like this. So as you can see, it works. It doesn't look that good, but it works. We can fix the styling in a moment. And we have an issue that we are calling this many times, and to fix it, we can just grab it from here and we can put it inside our layout. So let's put this inside the layout, and now it should work better. No local data has been registered for any of the locals. Okay. I think let's create a component called time ago that we are going to use. Components, new time ago.tsx, export default function type ago, time ago. And as you can see, I created here that it will take a prop date, that will be a date. Let's do return, and it will use this time ago with this date, and it will add this local enus. I think this is how it was. Let's see inside dashboard, here inside React time ago. Let's copy this, and we want to put it on our time ago. And inside product updated, we are going to put just date. Now those stuff that we moved from our product card to layout, let's put them there. So let's cut it from here and let's put it here. So we are importing time ago. Here use client on the top, and this looks fine. I don't know why it says that something's wrong. Okay, the issue is that we have same name time ago and time ago. So let's call it tracker time ago, or we could do like time ago as time ago lib. Yeah, that would work fine. And or we can just do time ago lib, and here we can do just time ago. All right, now let's go back to dashboard product card. Instead of React time ago, we will do just time ago. And as you can see, now we don't need this, and we are reporting this time ago from components time ago that we created. No need for this local, so no copy paste. And now let's see, everything works, no issues, no errors. Now we want to put this into a smaller chart. I don't like how it looks like. Everything works, but well, I don't like how it looks like here on top of it. So let's see. We have this dashboard product card, and what we need to do is actually to make it smaller, and I want to put it here. So let's get rid of this absolute with full top, and we have it here now. Let's remove this margin right and stuff like this. So now it's super small, and we don't need relative here. Let's see what we'll have. Let's remove this margin bottom of 4 that is on minus, and this looks almost like what we need. Now I want the title to be on the top, and then the rest will be here, and then the graph will be here. So let's put this title maybe here, yeah, and maybe not. Let's see, what do we have here? We have flex here from the image. Okay, no, let's put this title where it was, and no flex here on this div. So we have something like this. The graph is underneath, and now here under the title we will put a div with class name flex, and the first child will be this data, and the second will be this chart. So now we have this chart on the right, and well, it looks almost fine. Let's see why it doesn't. We have flex here, this thing that grows. It has margin top and the bottom of 2. I guess that's fine. Let's then add here margin top or padding top and the bottom of 4. So it will be pushed down a little bit. Yeah, looks fine. Let's maybe do only from the top. Yeah, looks fine. Maybe we can add some spacing between this and this. So let's see, we have spacing here. We have price here, sorry. Let's do margin top and the bottom of 4. Yeah, so now we have something like this. Maybe that's too much. Let's change it to 3. And this works. Can we make it smaller? It's already small. We shouldn't make it smaller. Right, but this will work. Now, maybe we can make the image a little bit smaller. So we will have more space. We can do like 22, 22, and 22 here. I think that if we zoom out, yeah, we will get a lot of space because I have zoomed in, and that's why that's too much. That's why I see a lot of space. And now let's see. The images are not aligned. Let's see. Here we have this div, but it's not aligned. We have this flex here, but we don't have any items center. All right. So now we have this. It works just nice. And now the next part would be to implement notifications. But before we will do notifications, let's do those three. And I'm going to fix reviews, and you can fix the price and ranking yourself. So let's see. Let's go to dashboard. And here we have like value for dashboard top card. That is 4.8. And what we want to do is to get history. And for all of those products, we want to calculate average for different days, right? So how we can do this? We have those date functions that we can use. And let's first prepare an object with the data that we want to display here for the reviews. The x-axis will be different dates, and y-axis, so on the top and the bottom, it will be the average. So what we want to do is first let's do let, and let's define our project object, and it will be, what was the name of this? Reviews averages, and it will be an object, or actually it will be an array. And I'm going to type it, so we will be sure how this array will look like. So we are going to have an x that will be a string, and this will be actually a date here, not a string, but it will be a date that is stringified. And then we will have rating that will be a number, right? So now, and I don't need to have it as let, I can have it as const. Now let's go through all of history. So for const product of, or let's call it HP, and here history. And now first from each history product, we want to grab our x, which will be date. But we actually want to have it grouped by date, right? So so first let's group it. And how we can group it? Let's do const history by date, and to group it, I'm going to use Lodash because they have simple function for this. Well, for all, I think for all of my projects, I'm always installing date functions and Lodash because they have really helpful functions. But they have group by. I think they do have group by. Let's also add types Lodash just to be sure. And now let's see, group by. Yeah, and let's put history here. And how we want to group it? By history. And here we will do history created at, but we want to have only this as a date. So to local date string. Now let's see, I have too many closing parentheses here. Now it should be working. Let's put this into maybe separate lines, at least some of those. Let's maybe put it like this. All right, so I have now history by data, and it should be date or dates. And now I can do something like this. For each, for date of this, I can do something like this. For each date, inside history dates, I can do something like this. I can do reviews, reviews averages, and I can push new data, push new stuff. The X will be our date, and the rating will be history by dates for this specific date, and we want to like run an average of those. So of this data, we will have an array of objects here. So first let's map through those, and for each history point, we want to grab history point, and we want to do reviews average rating, and maybe let's put it just here above. Let's do const ratings, maybe date ratings, and now I can do something like this. I can do sum date ratings divided by date ratings length. And maybe we don't have sum function here, but we should have some in Lodash, and I think it just adds stuff. Yeah, so now let's see, let's maybe print those reviews averages somewhere here. So let's do pre JSON stringify reviews averages. So we have date like this, then date like this. I don't like how it looks like, so I'm going to change some stuff here. And what I'm going to change here, we have locals and we have options. Let's do SVSE, I think it's for Sweden. Yeah, and now the date looks like this, and that's better. Now let's use this data. So instead of printing it here, let's see, here is reviews. Let's put data to be reviews averages. As you can see, it's red. We are not having this inside our top card. So let's specify this data here, and let's pass this data here as data. Right, here we need to have typing for this, or we can specify like that default will be empty and array, so we will not get an error. And but then we will have an issue here because we are passing this empty array and we are trying to get the keys. So let's see here inside. Maybe we can do, by default it will be undefined, and then we can check here if we have data, then we will show this line chart. Yeah, so now we have reviews here, and as you can see it changes a little bit, and also it's wrong. It's 43 point something, it should be 4 point something. So let's go up here, and here we need to divide by 10. Yeah, so we have 4.383 and here we have 4.41. So it works. All right, so now the last part, notifications. And you can make notifications more advanced, like a setup page for every user. But I'm going to make it a little simplified, and I will just notify when a price drops. So first we need to have some kind of table for it. So let's go to schema, and let's do model, and let's do notification. And for notification, let's keep ID. Let's take user email. I want also to have like product ID. So let's do maybe Amazon ID. Let's add create that, and I also want to have a title, like the price has changed from this to that or something like this. And now let's go somewhere else. We have a table for notification. Let's go here and let's restart all of this. I mean, let's push database changes. So let's do Prisma generate and ban db push. All right, and let's do ban dev. And now let's go to, where do we need to go? We want to notify when the prices changes. To do this, you just need to go to where we fetch new prices, which is just inside app API next, not next auth products refresh route here. Here we are fetching new prices, and we are saving those to database, right? Here we know we have new data, so we can actually check if this actually has changed. So we can do something like this. If we have previous data, well, actually we don't have previous data for the previous day. So how we can grab it for the previous day? Let's grab it. So const previous day data equals await Prisma product data history, and we want to find first, and we want to find first where Amazon ID is the same as this product ID, and created at needs to be between two different dates, before X and here Y. Here greater than Y but smaller than X, something like this. And this greater than should be beginning of yesterday. So beginning of yesterday. So start time of yesterday, how we can grab it. Today we can grab it with new date, and yesterday we can add sub days function from date functions, and we can just remove one day. And there's also function start of day from date functions that we can use. And now this part will return a date object that will be start of yesterday. And now let's do the same thing, but let's do end of day. End of day from date functions like this. And now if we have previous day data, we can do something like this. If previous day data, then we can check if the new product data price is smaller than previous data price. So if previous day data and previous day data price, if the previous price was bigger than new price, then we want to grab our Prisma notification create, and here we want to put data, user email, for same as for the product. And do we have a product here? Oops, do we have a product? Yes. And what else? We need to have Amazon ID for this product. Let's put title that will say the price of this has decreased. Here should be decreased from this and to this, divided by 100. Let's see, the price of this product title has decreased from, and here I want to have old, what's the name of this? Previous, okay. And let's remove this for now. Previous day data price divided by 100, and here data, what's the name of this? New product data price divided by 100, from this in Swedish crowns to this in Swedish crowns. Right, this should work. We just need to add a weight here. All right, so this we have here, we will create notifications. Now let's just look at the logic here. So for each product, we are grabbing latest history. If we have latest history for today, we are skipping this product. Maybe we should check for notifications, but no, notifications should be only on the new data. If we have new data, we are putting new data. And then we grab the previous data from the previous day, and we do something like this. We get the previous data and we check if the previous data price was bigger than the new data price, and then we add notification. All right, so now let's check which price has dropped. For example, Amazon Eco. I don't know why it says Amazon Eco on all products. Let's fix it. Dashboard product card here, We just need to do product title. Yeah, super long titles, and we will fix it. And let's change to here, overflow hidden, sub string. Let's do 0 to 20, and we will have it like this for now. Now we have this MacBook, Apple AirPods 4, and this has dropped. I'm going to remove this data point so we can refetch it. Let's see. The price was here $21.90. $21.90. Let's go to data history, and I don't need anywhere. $21.90. Let's try to find it. $21.90. It's this one. Let's delete this. And let's run this refresh on the products. Let's refresh here. Let's see if we will get a notification. And we got a notification. We even got 3 notifications. Let's see why we got 3 notifications. If we go here, what we are looping through here. We are looping through all of the products. Maybe because I clicked too many times. I don't know. I'm going to delete those 2. All right, so now we have only 1 notification. Let's try again. I will go to product, data history. Okay, so we actually fetched even more. We refetched the data despite having this data for today. So this is what was wrong. That's why we get more notifications. But let's see. We are fetching the latest, and let's do continue here. Now nothing should happen. I can just do, and we should get okay. And now if I do refresh here, we shouldn't get any more rows. No. Latest history DB data for this specific product. Okay, we will not get latest here. We will just get first. So here, let's also add order by, and I want to order by created at desk. So I will get the latest one. Right, and now it should work. Now it should be sorted. So let's see where we get these AirPods. Here are those AirPods. Let's delete this information from here, and let's refresh this thing. So now we should get only the last line for AirPods, and now it's completed. And now if we go to notifications, we get only 1 notification. This is the old one, this is the new. Let's delete the old one. So let's see the title. The price decreased from $31.90 to $21.90. Now we can just display those notifications. So we have this notifications page that doesn't work, but let's add it. So inside app, let's close API, let's do new file, and let's do notifications. And then what do we want to do? We want to do notifications and then page.tsx. Export default notifications, export default function notifications. Here we need to do return a div, and we are going to put this call span9 thing here. Let's put h1 with notifications, so we will have some nice title here. We have notifications. It's misspelled here. That's why it doesn't work. Refactor notifications. Okay, now we have notifications. Now what we can do is we can just list notifications. So here, let's grab our user. So const auth equals await auth. Const user equals auth user. And now we check if we have an email. If we don't, we just stop here. Let's make this async so we will not have this error. And the auth is not imported, so let's import this. Await auth. Something is wrong here. Let's import auth from just auth like this. Auth like this. Okay, we cannot use the same naming here, so let's use session. That's why it didn't want it to import session user. And now let's see, we have here now our user with email, so we can grab notifications. Let's find many where user email is user email. And what else do we want to do? We want to order by created at the desk, so we will show the latest first. And that's it, right? So let's try to display those. Why we have an error here? We need to import Prisma, yes. And now let's try to loop through those. Notifications map for each. Let's just print a title inside the div. And it kind of worked. It's just the title is really long, but as you can see, it works. We can also add daytime, and let's maybe make this a little prettier. The price of Apple AirPods 4, and let's remove the rest of this like this, and let's save it. The price of Apple AirPods 4 has decreased from $31.90 to $21.90. And I also want to add like class names here to make it flex and gap of 2. So I can have two divs here inside. The one will be for the date and the second will be for the text. Here for the text, we will have, for the date, we will have a notification created at to local date string, and I will use Swedish type of date. Formatting, let's do text gray 600, so it will be more grayish. And we have our notifications working. On this main div that has this loop, we can add flex column and add some gap in case we will have many notifications. I don't know if we can like duplicate a record. Let's see, let's put this here and this here and this here and this here. Maybe we will change just a date here. Let's save it. And let's see, now we have two notifications. Those are exactly the same, but you get the idea, just the date is different. All right, so we are basically done. We have everything working nicely. And the only thing is that you need to set up this as a cron job. And to do this, the easiest way I can show you on one of my different projects. If you push your code to GitHub, you can just add inside your project a directory github.github and then directory workflows inside, then a cron.yaml, and then put something like this. So just a name, like any name. You schedule how often do you want to run it, and you can use like cron tab guru for this to specify that not every minute, but instead like not every minute of 0, hour of like 8 every day. So now every day at 8:00. So we could just paste this here. I get this like 3 a.m., 5 a.m. and 20 and 22 p.m. and every day here. But you can change it just to this. And then you just run on Ubuntu, and the only step here, call an API route, and we are running a curl request. You need to deploy it to Vercel first, and then instead of this API scrape, you just put /API/product/refresh. And that's it. That's all for this app. You will have scraping that will be run every day at 8 a.m. and you will get notifications. For the notifications, you may want to implement email notifications, but for this we would need to have a domain name that is valid and that we have access to. So we are going to skip it for now. So that's all for this video. I hope you learned something useful, and if you did, please click the like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Have a nice day and see you in the next video.